voice of the people.
Unity, okay, see, can you bring where the wafer? The impanso yes na hunya ha Unity Radio 1039 so hwe brena nondo aba pa hosima aduonum 9 kalusha nkontimi nkatwe ne tise de meka no na zero wa bintwi yon aduonum 9 saying in English aduonum 9 saying 1054 hey ma say so start chiri chiu krom ha wa pa
it me ko chiri krom baza
there be say tree in Chikrum. So what
for no manuati.
If you know, you know.
You know. Not Chiko for no manuati.
Well, sure.
Say chin
sir, I didn't know Casa, Kojobo Kuntina Gaza. Kwajopoku Mahara,
Bangkok Ghana.
Bangkok Ghana. Okay, and as you had that for it was a beautiful day yesterday for Ghana. Even though it was late, we left it late to make it even more sweeter. Ghana Black Stars beat their counterparts from Angola, their Leopards, right? Of Angola by a lone goal. Ghana, Abrante friend said,
Paningra Nengras, Nengras, and Black Leopards.
Ghana, Abrante friend said Thomas Tepati. He's had some backlash of late, but then he was phenomenal. The display won him Man of the Match award, and people have started raving about Chris Hutton and how he's beginning to get the best out. Inaki Williams has been a flop of late. So far, not so good. Asamoah Mensah, all-time Ghana Black Stars leading goal scorer. Abake Abrantian said just one goal will spark him back to life. Tigana Funya Butre.
But Inaki, the likes of Suleiman, Kamal D. Suleiman, and the we are Kudus Bobono.
There's one man who is Sikrana
Bobono, Kudus Bobono, and no, I can't bear for Paradisa. And Dixon brother, a friend of Sports Stadium. 8 me, also say 8 me Dashi.
No, Suleiman was the worst culprit.
Yeah, or say you are a friend, it used to be Dashi.
Inaki
to be Dashi. No more trouble born, and no more in just I know born a bass on Colomba.
Oh, say, and Ramikacho said, I know what dear, but another 10 in Suye, say. Yeah, the chance na man or convert.
I said one gross chance.
Yeah, the chance amount as I was saying is then the players lose confidence.
I remember said the late Ayatu an interview on a writer. Kwabena and now Obisan say Oba Blaster no to say time Oba Blaster no Obi to say Nananfo Wakasu. Catch and say the Oba Blaster more din first match no. Omomodiano Shego or Shego and one lo and behold, or Bobo in the first goal and was shared to a share nafi as was 70 the senior national team. And that's what I'm saying. Inaki needs one goal because I didn't want to say, or call work up now 3 matches in a boy when you know, or almost call back to La Liga. Now it goes no bottom to them. And I'm said the confidence now ako high when I'm saying. No, almost the players and so a passable man. It know to me more goals. Now then, no bagan and they own to me in the needed assistance and money hard because okay, then time as a more idea, me could just have more passy, Muntari be passy, all the rest no me passy man. But I friends a Ghana for come out doing super so making name for himself. Kudus sunya bossa kudus obedient and so the treat we be say you can so nya dey but to the bia otu ja boss too many so many times eti no hwe no ready guy now is a good striker obetu aboy
so Asamoah say just one goal best packing back to life we'll get into all those issues and basically sports will be about Black Stars and the game yesterday and the news hovering around Thomas Tuchel almost becoming the new manager for Bayern Munich after the dismissal of Nagelsmann. And also a big sporting news of the day. Julian Nagelsmann being kicked out by Bayern Munich. And Thomas Tuchel potentially can meet Chelsea in the semi-finals of this year's UEFA Champions League. That's if Chelsea is able to overcome Real Madrid in the two-legged encounter in the quarterfinals. So we will be getting into all those nitty-gritty, and of course, yebe coffee if you need and there you won't come be bra yebe bo e wo fie ni nyina ne se yeko Ghana Canada Japan aka no ho biem wakasa Kalu, but before that fasidama aboafo quick bobom din na afi yemfa no
Anopa bi a yɛ dwumadi ne ba ba ya yɛ kai mu sɛ Anochi Krum restaurant last Sunday of the month no so adu a Sunday bay among from when into 2 co square na ne cook shoes kasa no say bibi bia come Anochi Krum restaurant for your say sing ma yɛ de dwumadi e Bosuo Asama trading was 1084 Main Street ho na akokopɛ aduane bi adi African marketer bibibia ho say weekend dey do opese your party adoring a year bebe you normal toto go eyima e dey aduane amonkofo ebebedia call Asamas bibibia da form boko na kokoto dan auto repairs they say they FN engineer danso engineer master danso they say the engineer babesuso ono na what dan auto repairs no or 61 no 45 Fremont Street but say the Wakoko 61 Fremont Street or the same building o car no inspection or fairly sika ni ho checking the car so brakes and car no parts bia say bia no ko master dan so bet my ama 61 Fremont Street ko na nko Dr. Kwabi Scientific Care or 370 Lincoln Street or no so unpomi oya bema wahode aba form untumi mbo adwuma amane nkoso bema bomode na ko gon Dr. Kwabi na ma wahode ncp
o kan papa di so onam kwan so
ma wahode ncp esita Dream Africa Market they say omo the African market omo the abefo no ma abehim Dream Africa Market den omo ye okwa digwa no akwa toto unya adua omoko uko susane no mano omasa ye stand bia wo pe coffee bia ukwa anopa no say bia won to enya breakfast bia ukwa no kwakotwa coffee omo 369 Benko Street and you call Dream African Market edian edem say Paula Amantem oye dey o che di kanfo ko na no mkokodija na bibia ntumi enkonkan Go Coast Catering Services and Restaurant almost 8 Blackstone River Road na aduane de omonimiye banku eni katenkwan banku eni nkruma se aduane bia authentic African food bia no omodi dia to say the taste of excellence maybe I did the taste of excellence there say omoduane no koye kama Go Coast Catering Service and Restaurant ono mko hwimmo na bibia entumi enkonkan Kumasi market say odi Kumasi market compare Kaneshi market Mokola market any market won kran dia na say Kumasi market there say ho na no ma afu nyina ewo enti say na solid for ne kanu say say na solid for kanu o pa ho akoko o say o man no moto ade okumu say ukọ na okọ yo say o pa no say o so o pa me akoko Kumasi market de opa mu na opa ho okoko enti ko na no mko di saro so omo 852 Main Street ombe bia so eda form kama omo new year anasa official promotion so eguso ekoso kama Anochi trading 54 and 58 Hamilton Street 54 African market de okwa do dwa atoto bibia weekend ya su na kokko do dwa because one kokko do dwa na ocha osofo Anochi ene na yire ombekwa asore na ombebie ni kwasiada nti yankopɔ ne de fa ho na kodu dwa na bibia enko coastal so omo nambia fish bia no omo bi omo san won confirm no omo yɛ half na omo san yɛ full box ko na kodu dwa na bibia entumi enkonkan mu Faith Marketplace chama kontonchi o say ya hwe ma ne nsɛ no 169 Lincoln Street ono so wakɔ Ghana akɔkɔfa bibia jene the ne you say ahaban or ahaban na say jene no
e wa ahaban asante jene
say
no tintin ahaban eno utwi makopa na de do okra
ye kama pa wakofa bibia container ade bibia
my brother penny the friend of Sir John aka akwa uko chirkruma eno odidi do okno sa jene no no bi nko a twi pa maza uboa
mukoro see flavor the fact marketplace corner kokoduja na bibia enso nko bibia eno so abo say the place is fully stocked until faith marketplace na so kokoduja na bibia ntumi ko sa boafo na aso aseme di dwedwe ndopo over to you Jolati over to you answer na ebe just e Premtos
yes I will Ghana we are boga na ofria na ko Ghana say no de obi aye ne say on my Premtos na be fa no airport
that's right
the entire also ye ne say Premtos one omo akwanya mutumi bada arrival hall no mo abebo wa you backs nyina na mo sign de wako na American made American operated American owned inti drivers especially trained and they are well paid and are very professional so at say inti se untu kwan and taxi driver Uber phone nyina Ghana ho kire nti de onya bone kra na bone ba ne trim o dollar kakra she obotomu okosi wa na o ma line no person no Premtos there o dia na dey asem because maybe anam bia you make sure say security tight e bon ho ban na edo akodu fi asomdwem you know ya boa now get it to your destination kama without any hassle inti fa control no ho nsihye nyina e man se wo pese wo Ghana na wo hia Premtos services a o di abaya ne se wo be friend na wo be text here 0274 437958 0274 437958 na oni akasa ye baby bia kama de aida e amount na e do akwakodu asomdwem na bibia nso atumi akonkan amofra oheneba ke agiman ono na oye director of operations sign general manager of US ne Ghana nyina 774-262-9248 obeboa na nhihye bia say dem kan Premtos ye wo minivans e wo ho na ye wo vans and ye wo buses nti number of size nipa de say kalu Worcester for any Ghanaian young girls na wa no bebre tu kwan in a group omo ko Ghana no ma ko in a group nti se no sa no Premtos e ba be fam airport near the mo kwasum gym na mo kodu be amoko nti omo so boy chidom
professor bi kro
WPI yeah
so
in student ko yeah Premtos na fam airport
yeah nti school kwano
is American student omo ba omo security very tight o hia say ye bo mo ba because asem to ba kokra yewu nti Premtos and omo edi omoko
now so omoko Ghana sa school for no so munim watch di che obi a
yes say the Ghana dey on there international ya kwa no chikrum Fridays ne ko he WPS students amoye medicine omo ato protein ete ho wi fufuo what you was oye now the muton you sorry I need disrespect ya but I mean it's cultural adaptation means any cultural diversity you took when say okra lasagna ni ade na oni bi da nti ba how dim rof na duan nti omuso they want to experience something different nti ya no omuso die ni bi kakra ni na nse na efrafra na ema wiase na ketekete ene broni di wache edi jollof di fufuo na nso di lasagna odi ni pizza odi we a na je say on say ye meji aro
na ba Sunday so tia o
Sandra ejene so no ye enra mi mention but near drive me my wife nam na me hu me hina na otunika menim say Joyful Way restaurant host and baby I saw him no drive na yesu e move timi jene so na kasa
menem ba ko kasa menem kasa ba
na da no time no o de minimum wutimi make up ntia
make up ntia say san komo no ya kodi na chi
no ba so cha me hu no he
me hu no nda
on send me the interrogation there the kaya ni se manya nyesi ya
me hu na me hu no so cha
okay o so cha me amejene so and now you know about Emmanuel Wilson oko Ghana omo ebua koketa asehye any proye say last week mo amuti ejumadi yano no your program I think it was Thursday and Friday Tuesday 2 days in a row na ochimu unse fi akwantu mu ba na be home kakra sa ya na engagement ne dɔɔso wo ne nim nipa bebree ne ade you have also your personal routes ne other errands a wopɛ sɛ woyɛ nti this week now I a little tight but ɛnɛ nyame ayɛ adom wasan ba bɛka yɛn nsa abusua sɛdeɛ naano yɛwada ne fiada no wode wobɛte papa no kasa na wawahu sɛ sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ Ghana yɛyi a nnipa binom sei na sɛ yɛpushi ɔmo na ɔmotumi di dwuma a ɔmodi no nɛboa because ɛnɛ wonim deɛ nti a I'm particularly happy that you're on the show.
Right.
NDC Communications Secretary from Massachusetts or Bosuo so and MPP Communications Director he's been here this week 2 times.
Okay.
I said so far maintaining Candia but NDC in the signal sober. Now the entire me particularly happy to have you on the show. A topic bakwa and then producers sniffer say you discuss on the show. You be on Juma. Opening bako your friend Dr. Ali Nachia, minim so unim na na watini dia. Maybe when we read his profile now going say unim na. Or say Ghana is not poor. We are only being poorly managed. Ghana is not poor, but we are only being poorly managed. Now, how Ghana is being poorly managed, you know, he explains it, and we'll get into the details of the story. Now, you're picking it from there. Now, here say. Say Ghana to me take wastages no out of our system, corruption out. To me, uproot corruption in a day.
Yeah.
But we can drastically reduce, especially excessive corruption and excessive waste in the system. Inti no any idea you abema your friend Emmanuel Wilson. My friend saying
Crusaders against corruption.
Crusaders against corruption. Ono no dano.
Yes.
Ono danwa amukutia na emsa mo amuti program last week Thursday and Friday ni there. I mean you heard a lot from him and they moves bebre amo aye ebi efa let us know the parliament there.
So parliament there efa mami nchi for parliament there efa yenua ana yebra penyi amo akwata ne illegal way o close down the road toll there toss BM. There's also a petition which was against Kennedy Japan in the matters of Adwa Safo. Say Kennedy Japan say Ode Onya Sika fee chief of staff ho to charter a flight for Adwa Safo to come to Ghana and join MPP side. Say don't be to me a vote for the e-levy, the passage of the e-levy. In fact, in recent times,
e-levy inti the buying Sika fly Adwa Safo from Abuchi say Umbra. No matter bakeke MBO MPP no more winning, which went against the coffers of the ordinary taxpayer. Yesika, it went against it. But I made they say, what's a Dr. Ali wohu? I made they say, minya Dr. Ali. I reiterate asama Crusaders against corruption. Ye can de bia. And he said, for us, ne dear, they believe in it say. Ghana and last week me buy so many opportunity to repeat it because a mantra ye kadebia yen believe it even for a second. Yen believe it say Ghana lacks resources. Obi bioba be catch and say Ghana lack resources. We are no nipa no name anything about Ghana. Then yen believe in it say Ghana lacks quality leaders. And until adebia ye can say Ghana's problem a leadership problem. Ghana's problem has nothing to do with resources. Indeed, so the wastages in the system are so alarming that, look, take Ghana and go and fix it in Nigeria. Offer Ghana map, offer Ghana's population, now fix it into Nigeria. It will go into just one state of Nigeria, and that is Lagos. In other words, Ghana, Sebe, Yendoso, Yenchereso, yenye kesie ahibia obi beka say enunti ye chereso so much. Mekai, a book I read some time back, and this about I think late 1990s or so. You read the book be, and in the book, you know, Gaddafi commented and a statement that was attributed to the late Gaddafi. Omomunim Gaddafi. Gaddafi, the former president of Libya. He's late now. Gaddafi stated, said, Senka onunonya opportunity to be the president of Ghana. Ana empo insase, the quality of insase, resources are war in Ghana. Onyemu half, Libya.
Inca, he can boldly say, all his citizens, he won't even let them work. And he can feed all of them.
Say, the fertile land that Ghana has.
Exactly.
And Libya,
half of it, and Libya, or no as president of Libya, as at that time, Onya will Libya. He can boldly say, Uncle Beb to me a passing law, Akachene citizens in say, hey, Musda, Mujumane say, Munda, sorry, I can feed all of you.
Wow. And
that is a fact. That is absolutely a fact. Ghana, you need any reason why in Tia. And to say the way it's an embarrassment. So we have over 30 million population. Now out of this 30 million population are away, we can't have leaders or move to me I think outside the box. And as I keep saying, it's simply because every now and then we are electing leaders are almost celebrating mediocrity. Citizens are almost celebrating mediocrity. And because of that, the interest Ghana and the motherland called Ghana, and we are just trying to pursue our parochial interests. Interests that are just singular instead of having a plural interest. Inti me ba me shede me nkwa minya.
Thank you.
Ba o shede nkwa binya. Kin ba onu so shede onu nkwa binya. To a large extent, no I share on no nebusia. And what is so alarming, Cranny said, over the past period, we are electing leaders. They are not just amassing wealth for themselves in Kwa. Almost amassing wealth, thinking said they are going to hoard them wealth even for their unborn generation.
Yeah.
And that is why we can even have someone who is called or supposed to be a leader. Now, Oshe ne wele beto ja otumi ewele state lands are ya reserved over the past years for generations. Individuals to me ba na or I'm sorry. Or massive wealth for the children and even relatives, aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, people cry young woman cry to me a willy at the moment. If this is not lack of leadership, may wonder what kind it will even be. Just gold in Ghana. And unkwa ebe to me ashaying as for mine. Timber in Ghana. And unkwa ebe to me ashaying as for mine. Oil in Ghana. And unkwa ebe to me ashaying as for mine. Now, if people want to know the leadership crisis that we have in the country, remember just one example so that you know the leadership crisis that we have. Look, in the early 60s or so, and I know man penyi bi a friend Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Indeed, Yempo, he's the founder of Ghana. And history has it that way. You to me about it. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, as far back as then, on your vision, I can say what we need to do. And they say, Yebabe build a refinery. Your friend Tor, Tema Oil Refinery. That refinery Yebabe building, it is going to refine oil, literally, as the name goes. Or building here about 50 years ago. Now, it hasn't occurred into the minds of anyone. Say Ghana best strike oil. And that refinery was working. Years on, in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, early 2000s.
Yep.
Ghana Nyamin Chadi, we were able to strike what we called gold, oil, under the leadership of His Excellency Kufuor, our former president. Yeah. Funny enough, and Ghana yeni oil no. Now the refinery was working. Today, oil. The refinery is not working.
Why?
Lack of leaders and leadership. So you to me etu oil. Now about 80 or so % of it in its raw state, they call abrochire. For it to be refined, and then we'll go as a mind to go and look for dollars to go and cra. Yabeka cra refined wine to bring it into the country. Who does that? If it is not lack of leadership, what else can it be? You understand?
Yep.
So, lack of leadership, what else can it be? A place like UAE, only even a quarter of your gold mines are in the country. And so UAE, Dubai.
Yeah, said Dubai, yeah.
Omunomukra, the headquarters of gold refinery. Who does that?
And Dubai na omampania be de chiri koya. Abeka chere say okoye kuhun say gold they call Dubai was 7 billion.
Yeah.
Dubai for that almost say omo aboy ba Ghana be share Ghana coffers mu say the ones that were recorded was just 2 billion.
2 billion.
To 5 billion
it went
I know
waste.
I die.
It's just lack of leadership. Now me the vice president and I may call Dubai by just like you are saying now. I will be so ashamed that me crampo me to me can't adhere way in public. Say ye to me too good. Now you need refinery. Now me to me call Dubai mo na me ko say you're good and look at them, they are rather thanking the vice president.
Yeah.
So sebi me that was a pa sebi we jiminti mo de mo agudie and I guess an ekano agudie mo de mo raw material abraye you ewe your crew me that was a pa. Today people are struggling to go to Dubai from Ghana, so mo kwa shopping, omo kwa to gold chains any ade. Omo ko Dubai, so Omo ko for holidays and the rest. And who produces the raw materials for Dubai to be Dubai? Ghana. We just lack leaders. And the leaders are leaders they don't have any clear vision. They don't have any vision. In Kamini, vice president and me too who said this is what is happening. Me buy the first thing I would have done is say, look, henceforth, say you better export to any gold from Ghana, Accra, it shouldn't be more than 2%. How much does it take to build a refinery in Ghana? Gold refinery. Me pacho de Google. Now you find it out the actual cost. Google now find out the actual cost of a modern refinery. You find it out whether in anywhere a modern gold refinery. Look. Say you find it out the cost of refinery. But the young fan says sebi Ghana in Nisika. You know how easily we can build it? We can have what we call citizens own shares in it.
Yeah.
Today I may not hear me sure say yenyanum mo amanoneni ade bia you want to come back home because you think say be fear if you have something secured at home be push you to come home. Now, our mining castle look, you flow 2 shares to build a refinery. Maybe a 1 share, maybe a $20 or $30 or whatever dollars.
Everybody will want to be.
Can you imagine this? How much does it take? How long does it take to do this? So easy. But you know the reason why they won't do it? Because omunya cuts. They won't make individual monies for themselves.
So they want to make individual monies.
It's all about individual monies. And yes, truly, in a form of just introduction.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
This is the beginning. In a form of just introduction or to say hello to listeners. You know, I have said it over and over in Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana. You can over and over and over. Say, Ghana's problem is just a leadership crisis. And what is worse, we have majority of the citizens are almost applauding mediocrity. And they are not in for excellence. And I have said it over and over. It is only in Ghana and Albania citizens applauding a president and a government of the day. And what is the reason? The reason is that when the government took over, it be as a fuel price, a gallon, say $2. The president and the government has increased it to maybe $15. Then overnight, Obano Akasi, say they made petrol so from $15 to maybe $9. and you will get citizens applauding the president or the government saying, why are they young say man? Forgetting say it was actually $2. But Obaye, because of mismanagement, I don't move on to $15. And then you move it from $15, you bring it down to maybe $9, and you are telling me, say, you've done well. It is only in Ghana you will get citizens applauding. And the reason why Omba applauding is also because Omama politics, it did so much. Politics, it did so much that it is no more funny.
Yeah.
And you're funny cry because you see the more we do this, no, the more ANDC and MPP. The more we do this, no, the more we shortchange the future of Ghana. And I have said the future of Ghana, make kind of the future of Ghana. People think that it's an abstract. Make kind of the future of Ghana, make kind of the future of you and I.
Myself, because the Ghana, as we see, any future. Yeah.
And time waits for no. In fact, it is time that determines your life. So 2023 and yeah, it means you go through 2023 we've added 1 year to our
lives. Yep.
Ochina 2024 and yeah, we've added another year to our lives. So time determines your life. Oko to abana 4 years they say 4 years you bet 20 what it means it is not changing them that matters. But what you should know is you've wasted 4 of your precious life.
Yeah.
4 years of your precious life, you've wasted it. Enti 4 years about there say you two man now say it is not about there young two man who dey yendi the chi after 4 years one year the best sano. You are playing game with your life. Oh to chacha with your life. Oh 4 years oh the abetrim 4 years abetrim the one say with the 60 with the 70 now we will now Ghana is where it is now the few people I say 4 years they man 2 man 4 years the person is rather enriching him or herself. Unfortunate.
Okay, Unity Radio 103.9. This is just the synopsis of the show. Emmanuel Wilson. He's an anti-crusader campaigner and consultant in Ghana. He's also a lawyer by profession, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and wadi adwuma nso ache ewo Ghana. Eti obesrayen and last week said me kan no now ha ye ne di dwuma 2 days. Ana nye ene nyame ya adoma wasan ama ekwan barade ba ko a osre Ghana for wa bruche ni se ekun na din enti se pese Ghana ye yi a ohia moa last week ote osi ompe obi obefre na waka se single handedly me ma 100,000 me ma 30,000 na wa be control no one kakran from individuals also pe group funding said there was a case Odiko Supreme Court last week he released our case no ha na nkabeboa Ghana okodu Supreme Court of onene lawyer penin kese ba kwa memoni din ekasa ye he showed me the text messages and I read it on air. Lawyer ne say ombebo kabet say $20,000 case ba kupa okokun ama Ghana a stop illegality yes ombebo ka $20,000 into bisa hu say Emmanuel Wilson adwuma be na oye Ghana na se kwama Ghana na se ono kwa the case ba ko pe stop illegality ni krono ni ketase she Ghana ni yesi ebeje ni $20,000 a okunu ebeye den ena watumi akon nti osre Ghana fo nyina mo a kakra bia nsua ni obenya ode beboa no bia or ha ene yebekasa about it a little more on the show abra but before Kalutana say na me ma kan bo no kakra esa be ka se na you afrim kra say ja so person kan Black Stars kakra nti ima wa ha nti mesramo nana dia wo na no kra ka se ye mfa no mre na ye po me no be fa nana dia wo ne panimfo a mo pe Ghana yie se mo pe Ghana yie dia wo ye MPP ni wo ye NDC ni na pe Ghana yie a esa stop kronobo esa stop corruption se Ghana betumi agina. We all have to contribute in one way or the other. Because political power be anywhere. A political party be no oba by mu say oba with the aims of besaya bino or besaya mino. But mo ba na ideologies na sesa. Omo mu say akunya no so de sika oho. Nti na omo fom. Na yen nchirima yen nya akonya nkotena power mu no. Na ye ho kire na ye bre. Enu nti na ye pese yen nyina yetumi boa na ye nua be ma Emmanuel Wilson on the team no omutumi sorry gina na say eye A party na power ana B party na power na number 1 omo ye illegality, number 2 omo endorge in obvious glaring corruption na so obi antimi nka no omo tumi asori na omo nya fans na e de ako nti Israel opemwa nti wutie ya na wutie nka man touch your heart se Ghana de wakoma so I always say wasi dan fefefe Ghana wasi ebi mu run businesses oko bi adwuma mo amu ya dance di for bra mo bre ene Canada Japan kra de ebi ama ono ani party odi bi ama ono ani party say omo the policies babonten without thinking. Now we'll get into all these stories. No kasa about ban of imported used cars. NPP are buying proposal here say enka yemfamra Ghana. Na and also ha there are a lot of issues that yen betumi contribute to Ghana ye. Ghana be ya o man be ya e say e your man for den no kwaridi. No kwaridi also doesn't come cheap. It comes at a cost. We have to fight for it. America was once like that. Ghana is like that. We can do something about our country and make it work again. Okay, yeah, that's like I say, Emma, you may come to Anochi Chrome Restaurant, Sanso, Ena, Yadibima, Faith African Market, Ena, Afe, Yemfas Lapi, Dream African Market, Anochi Chrome Restaurant, Asamas Trading, Dan Auto, Master Dan Soba, Dr. Kwabi, Scientific Care, Omuninabo Chidom, Gold Coast Catering Services, Chairman Kojoago, Bachawoni Hofe for Hukeni, Oba Selom, Mechamo ene Anope, Mejidi se Mwapum Eye. Omo adaruma ena omo so ya cinema Anope bia from Monday through Friday. You tumi tenase edi dwumadi di bremo. Ene ya tenase ye bebo nkomo pa. Won se mebre on our desk. Mame emfa kwanya we so na memfa nto atiefo anim se yenu abema Paul Di Soso. Ono so ya twerɛtwerɛfo edima NDC Massachusetts edi enso aba be kansa e wo fidio ma enche obeteneka. In the meantime, mame nko Kalusha so na mema Kalusha just about 5 or 10 minutes. Now on share sporting news. They are interesting so much. And also a Friday. But remember, sir, your international break. So there wouldn't be any league matches across Europe. But European qualifiers, the African Cup of Nations qualifiers will be going on over the weekend. But before that, Kalu, Enra, Ghana match, no now say, yeah, I can't say be briefity Enra. And a person cry by what they wabe jabo kakra. Enra, how you saw the Ghana game? Any you expected? Say ABC in the return leg. We say Sankobo return leg. Nyami Adma. But before that, Maminfa games internationally qualifies kakre koso. Amoba aye CONCACAF Nations League. No North America any Central. Anguilla any aye St. Lucia any ebo. Bahamas any Trinidad. Nicaragua any St. Vincent. Belize any Guatemala ena ebo na eno so eno no Grenada any United States of America menso ena ebo ni League A na eno so edia ebeko so oko UEFA ene ebo 3:45 France and the Netherlands. What a game that would be. Remember Enra Italy England, it was phenomenal. And then France and so and the Netherlands ebebo Gibraltar any Greece, Czech Republic any Poland, Moldova any Faroe Islands, Austria any Azerbaijan, Sweden will be taking on newly formed Belgium because Omaya and Sachare Kakransu and Afe Bulgaria any Montenegro and Serbia and so any Lithuania. Into any games are echoes, but there are other friendly international matches and so are echoes. So Ibimwa Boy Oko Australia, Amasha Ecuador 3-1. Japan any Uruguay so boy we one say Asia or the omo time ni BT bebre Korea so any Colombia omo bo 2-2 omo pon ebo 2 o'clock wa ha Uzbekistan omni Bolivia Saudi Arabia any Venezuela and Kenya and so any Burundi and so edi ebefi so na and so any games are African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Nigeria and about a year 12. So they have about 27 minutes to kick off. Omni Guinea-Bissau. Sanso ena Cape Verde any Etwatini. Burkina Faso. This African countries ni biwa. Tama eko ani yesu African countries. No monga ho. Say ebia beka ho pa. Eswatini. What is that?
Swaziland.
So Swaziland is no more.
Yeah.
They renamed the country. Oh, really? That's news to me. Eswatini. Oh, wow. Omo chemo and I say there's no more Swaziland.
No more Swaziland.
Oh, wow. Burkina Faso, any Togo, Cameroon, any Namibia, Egypt, any Malawi, Guinea, any Ethiopia, Uganda, any Tanzania. Almost start about 70 minutes. Uganda bohum, but almost that form 1-0. Mali, any Gambia game near 3 p.m. Cote d'Ivoire, and so any Comoros Islands, about 12 year. Congo DR, any Mauritania, Kalusha, Omoboy. Omobon early kickoff time. Congo DR, Russia, Mauritania 3-1. Equatorial Guinea, any Botswana game near 3 o'clock. Tunisia, any Libya, about 4:30. South Africa, any Liberia, the answer 12. And a Senegal, Sadio Mane's team, Omoni Mozambique, and so about and also 3 o'clock. Into way, any games are Ekoso and ne. Ochina, Ebibe Koso, a dozen. Razia Boboni na a dozen. Because Ochina ni Sunday, ni Monday, ni Tuesday. It's quickly. My memory also. Now who send an some by now?
Yeah.
Nana program ne koso. And Kalude kasa ne.
Etopo enda match no Angola 4 ebe che say Yakowe Cup abakra na ye de no mo hye bebi a Bosuo asase so omo be high na amfo so game ni buy na amfo de no same highlight be 5 aba bebi say Kumasi Sports Stadium no omo ye no improve no ebum so say Kumasi che say a cathedral of Ghana football and to a second point no and I say Chris Wootens needs to improve our attack and number 5 by na current squad no say the bonding with the, among them is strong by individualistic game no na a man hard drink kakra no ne sema APP but let me go into the game itself say artistic I cemented.
But I know a mistake back. Shot to be a poo by
but then
I
mean goalkeeping there and football there mistakes but then they all see
some mistakes in the bar near cannot correct. Individualistic play now also Obama for a chin
they all see a starting game now from the back now and Mama Kai Edison of Manchester City. The house we control ball no team ball no say or ball ankasa no e be say to be boa and that Professor Dennis Odoi number 2 small 40 passes be by then an experience come to bear and then now number 2 position as man say on this speed as the time I know full am now all speed or to call the name those kind of stuff no but this time around the so the nyansa you know bo another Abranti and who chin pa Ghana game ni pa Abranti Feno Gideon Mensah. Upon Uncle for number 9. No ball from the rider in me coaching coaching Angola Nyanka me lashing pa because on my show
Sebia no break.
Upon Mananka so Cogen and Namukana because on my
Babio our brown
a Ghana for defense didn't come anymore. Because the guy was very good and I mean productive. Or so born more or you are or a lefty. No, say
you better some more about the game on Monday because some Monday in your number return
match. But then I mention Jakuni Mate very fantastic in Medford. Now Joseph Edu Ebaye because Jaku prior Monday be say coaching go try Martini Joseph Edu near share on some partnership. Edmond and Pate. In the first half, no.
Edmond, I don't know. He doesn't need to start again.
Yeah, okay.
And the more than one,
who coach now? Who can they?
The more than one.
But if he say he was.
I think the coach needs to build his confidence gradually.
No, he's built in the mode of Ricardo. I didn't call 2006 World Cup.
I'm not teaming on a sign. So she gave me the whole game.
If you are born, no share a friend saying.
And I don't know, analysis, and
or no, the movement, or the Medford, no, a party in your coin now. Can also be a future watch. Yadibo Chache. No, Yasha Watch. Yadibo Chache. Yakambola Che. What will be 18 abos no.
Now the Ucha be an just on the
mobile. For a little more attack. and also can ball
now I could show you was my could show you 18-yard box.
Midfielder there, as of follow be attack, and then man a Ghana saga and who Arsenal.
Also I could show you 18-yard box.
I say can you
Nasan and all that
boss my center line. Center line.
I'm not saying he's not a good player. Just one game. Mean for one game on but I think the coach shouldn't have thrown him into the starting lineup. He should have introduced him gradually. And the first game, to say Joseph Prince was one final starting because there were a lot of noise about him before the World Cup. One final starter, no Bermuno, also Ukraine now can be added. Until I first and started Salis any party. Now, Oyi Salis great film later, no, the other Nibemoye. But as a game, no, the atmosphere was too big for him. I don't know, so occasion also turn so sometimes you don't want to make a mistakes. Make a mistake that can make you nervous too.
But psychological say or start on also with party and the man the best party.
No, but Salis by Krana party bobo.
No, Salis by so boy.
Party was going to play yesterday. I think the squad. It's the way the coach deployed party yesterday.
The squad they did their best. The only a year me and say they say Ghana 4 players near my man for who say Abranti friend Naki Williams was. But Naki Williams, I mean, you
Ghana fire
but because the way a boy is Bobono, because he's on number 9.
Me will be over Cassadi and be a man in Yajin. I think, sir, as a Majan, they're not kind to be a 1 man in the Yajin, say, a 2 early. Share, oh, yeah, striker, me my bobo down. Unim, Yakobo Bobby, or Adakujachi, baby, I got to go training no. Kotokoni, no, Nanya Adakuja, ne Tikrum. Chikrum, Tikrum, near about 3rd division, qualifying to 2nd division. So that time team, you're very simple winners. I'm the leading striker. Me goalkeeper. Me call for back so I be jubilate. Go. As my make a go for tia. Me share them 3 days because no munya me bume. O pimpo me say no. Interflow no. If you be anya bomb person be pass am me bi.
And trust menu and now nya sa go yi. So no sunya that begging chance be say no. But the only a year
and trust menu Bamu substitute and trust menu work rate no. No be fa board reboko. When on we a lone striker, striker.
You just have to feed him.
You see how Nkatia plays? We a striker.
Nkatia
that's a different type of striker. Striker is a striker.
Type of strikers. What's it? Haaland. What do you find Haaland?
Haaland comes back.
But are you restriction?
He comes back all the time. He drops into play. Defend Inaki Williams. Inaki Williams is not different from Kudus now criticizing. He's just a Ghanaian player who has played at the World Cup 3 games. Wanya Enro Shie. Young can't tell me say Wanya
midfielders. So when get some by feeding they're not doing well. Let's say catch your
when your chance to say now say now you don't blame midfielders. Chance I'm with the man on run. Now say chance where they are.
I'm off say chances. And what I'm saying is say a person who the best in Nakia is a very good potent striker. Or boy Atletico be by who in Modembo Ghana a players
midfielders. What deep party attempts are Obanra, ye did not tell
say on your
now, Nasa Obiaka, oh, and then the weather waka, and then the also has a very good Federal call him Sunday, who cock Shu, but in Salis there, almost Bobola, me pay. Obia Pate attempts a Pate, but Pate had probably his best game in a Ghana shirt yesterday. And ran a ball and it passes the way he moved with the ball and no ball shot shooting at goal and all that. Ye did not tell me what you. And say a kind of creature Naki Williams. And Naki Williams is no more than Kudus. He's no more than Pate. He's no more than Jordan Ayew.
Kudus, too many or drivel too much.
That is it. Once I also can.
Come out, Dino Cran, the West Corporate.
One passable. We
will passable cry for 40.
Who critic here?
They don't feed him.
No. Lukaku. They don't feed him. Ukache say yen feed you. Kalu. Initially, I was. Mamu used to excuse for him to exempt himself. The way he plays, in the game about Athletic Bilbao. Yeah, a good player. But my money who say Ghana so far he hasn't performed. No, you know, you striker na say ball ma ho you get yourself involved in the game and the ball na dynamic and you know tete wona ya this striker Lukaku awuka no ya hwe Inter he drops back e to da call wing back kwaji ball no di mikeba ball na sesen and na say you striker na pese Kalu who plays due there the pass no ma wa hye so the confidence will be there so Majan was scoring so every time everybody wants to give him the ball my open goal chances here now say na better na players no kwanya gidi o mo nim some the ma kra be say no so he has to up his game yen wonim say na no jam ta kan sembi wose yen kan no kranche danfo ba ma say danfo din nti say wo ka kudus dia Kainak Williams dia enya excuse bia ma no penasem do
o man services that's what I
know o penasem do
man service you perform also the nanti coach we be Monday what we anticipating say okwa we making some changes bia bit the cause of Ghana but then all said and done we making substitution bia na I mean they want to say Chris Rutin na is a very good coach obono modern another we are there and now I'm for cry healing say the captain fantastic obenchi no
yeah and na me share akwa bi video Facebook YouTube was say Ghana for share so anytime I dey captain band bebo party bia no or turn it to a different player. I'd say he sees added responsibility in Tiamana.
Yeah.
You call Nigeria on the captain.
Yeah.
On our shares.
And then
maybe it's about time we make him the captain.
I said the day we did not captain.
Eba na yo. E ho na din samba no. Ghana team ni be say bia if free captain ho na eba. Yeah, but I think I agree with you. The coach was very authoritative yesterday to bench the Dayu, not to give him a minute.
Old man, training can be changing. And now Ejeku, unfortunately, to play now or they you say for Dubai. It's not a old man.
But I say Kalu, the name can say. So time or changes, oh ye Jordan, oh ye. Kamal Dean Suleiman and Yadi Senko beat him the number. Oh, what me point na since for him not to even bring him from first substitutions or you know say or your board because to bench the da you to adu no ni sa to me oni sa kokodro
opo me share e highlight kakra bi wo baby no no Sadia we be ho say didi oh but oba Nottingham Forest
Premier League
Cooper I'm so I mean we were productive kakra I'm saying na ho de I'm saying na ho de kofom but they were see involved in the game. I'm say game you show me 2-1 I'm not for quite Aston Villa na you show me 2-1 here. I mean it was starting about 74 minutes. Now the performance wasn't that bad. And see me feel say na smart so age you still
something and rounds and I make say yeah no player to say Jordan say I don't know but Jordan and I don't know what I can say about Enra boy analysis am here wahana boy Jordan on some catch on say Jordan at Crystal Palace is different from Jordan at Ghana. Oba Ghana say Trimudeu say buo no ni Ghana fo say deo no like Enra commentator and say Jordan ball no to say the ne referee say obobo okra ball ne yaje he's not serious like I think Chris Hutton might have taken notice said you to me benchy but I'm saying mega say return leg and come professor bebo the day as opposed to even Jordan because the day that's why I say na ho dey akọ from near no if you can get a bia 60 minutes a committed 60 minutes from the day Jordan I don't know the team yana there
I mean she all said and now I'm saying the team no on bomb more but then now I'm for fisi Angola for by Abuajo you know more gamer nya dia aso mo ya bugi side ya bre pass na etumi asho
bre bia a close game
game na da so omo say ye hwanhwan in any way omo players no so be bomb mo di party Pedro Goncalves in Manchester no bomb baso so mo be showcase
Pedro Goncalves Ken Kalusha player penasem
no they be on coach no friends ana
am coach no and no player be na boni din now so ball Mbella Obekwa koto na ma kotokwa
na say head that costa no share it no so buy mu later on akwa no
say Mbella makotoko
Mbella ono bo special
and I say who discuss ko beba
kotoko mutu ya kase
who na oto makotoko Miss Rosa Tomano,
180,000 a week. Me was asking coming contra Ghana.
Okay, Unity Radio 103.9 all work and no play. But then Hurricane I all-time top scorer. Enti bonus abasuka kebina. Yeah, first person
that particular game now a game no mko ball. Also stadium mko boy. Stadium mko boy baby oye record no. Mko ball no nipples.
I sergeant as say we
oh me e di e kro ni tin no. Omo ma comment ya wonti.
Enya NIANA.
Oh, okay.
Men try to play any sarcasm and I mean England Pulu first one on us.
England for ya there. Since 1961. Almost to call Italy Coco show. Now I don't know said that was a revenge time for England. Almost show 2-1 at 80th minutes and you show a red card. Look short.
And yeah, Italian Euro sniffing England.
Yeah, you're from penalty. Yeah, it's coming home. I'm oh Wembley penalties are film. Did that some kind of revenge time for the England? The England guys since we went to there. Hurricane, as you already said, 81 matches, 54 goals
for England.
All-time top scorer. And I said na ekura Rooney 102 games, 52 goals, and on about 81, 54. He still have some football playing.
Of course. Maybe about 4-5 strong years from Hurricane.
No, maybe a break anymore. I mean, time show him red card. A year substitution.
Look sure.
Substitution be quick. Or they carrying Sepia.
What is happening to the Italian team now? More our form under Roberto Mancini. Woman call World Cup when even it got to a point no more top of their group. And our last 3 or so games, I'm about to, including Jorginho, missing that critical and crucial penalty. No, what says he team needs sign conform.
No, I mean, it's an Italian, team. No, I said, Cocafono, Bonici, Moni, Chileni, no more prano. I feel now, Omode, Jorginho crash or no way. I feel now, Marco Verratti, mo, and
Marco Verratti, he's always been there.
I'm saying Marco Verratti, so many, and I feel normally
facing old ones now.
Nicola ina bebe shima omo face old phone until that man omo jail with time now on between jam now. So I think say the Italian team no between abo game no but for now no there I'm say omo de mo no oh now say insania mo nya be nemu ekoye but then say omo nya new crop of players bia I feel there's some more augmenting with the old ones now. I'm some facing because of that. Who say Italian, now home or more sada friends say more they are not there up there. I say you it was just a spirited performance. Afterwards, I feel Mancini no lucky ideas. But I said management so until time maybe not. We can see
stability and make us a Ghana came up papa more years no. But anyway, let's see what happens.
Ghana 4 was Ghana F for almost
okay. Kalu yadasi never sports nisi but my memory rumors by their own country just news flashes kakrebi. Real Madrid are reactivating Operation Haaland. According to AS Kuakrata from Spain, the intention is signing the prolific Norwegian striker in 2024. Release clause be a 240 million euros. Now be active in 2024 until Real Madrid say pay Haaland. Now Bayern Munich decided say be pam coach a friend said Julian Nagelsmann. According to Bild in Germany, say his fellow German said the medical account Thomas Tuchel has been lined up to replace Nagelsmann. And Nagelsmann konano and I thought him say yeah where they are 20 na pama Antonio Conte na enye obi a de ne beba but say there say we bad there ye na di Bayern Munich there yenso ekwa kofa no. According to football.london, say Tottenham could turn to Nagelsmann as a replacement for Italian Antonio Conte, who looks set to leave the Premier League club. Roma manager Jose Mourinho, who will enter the final years of his contract this summer, is to meet Serie A side owners to discuss their plans for the club. Mourinho contract here with Sky Italy, and idea no buy into a person in room of Usha na ohun de da omo anim. PSG. And so I say Omo Echo AC Milan. Normal compare Portugal attacker Chelsea any Edina Chiacha and say Man City ni Liverpool nyina din eba emusa omopeno Rafael Leao according to Calcio Mercato almost say Leo Messi every hodia kwan bia so na one extending the contract ombekwa akofe Rafael Leao aba be shena 9 Chelsea Man City ni Newcastle consider summer move for Juventus 19-year-old English winger friend Samuel Lane Jr. according to 90 minutes Kuwakrata no Manchester United striker friend Marcus Rashford son Kuwakrata no they abeto dwa say obe hold of signing a new contract our United until the club's new owners are confirmed osinya de obe sign foforo team ni yesi eton sika kro mo pa manfo nya nti o twen akopem say new owners ne beden ebeba no hu omo direction and sign obe sign new contractor or scientist idea no move on Arsenal and so any Leeds United AC Milan Sevilla akodu Barcelona abubuano omo epe Spain under 19 winger friend say Elias Akomash according to Sport Kuwakata in Spain around 10 year prodigy sa team C4 nyina epe no Liverpool so FAC competition from Man United to secure the services of recruitment guru friend Paul Mitchell modi 41 years now yeah Jumama Monaco and away free ho and Man U Liverpool ni Man U nyina epe no abey your recruitment officer City working on a deal for Abrante friend say Hajduk Split or a center back na afi Abrante friend say Luka Vuskovic but according to report PSG so targeted sa Croatian player and also edie ababeto jansam de doso but because of time constraint kalu yemfa ani nyina ensia na afi get into the political arena na ensem a ohoni nyina yemfa mama minkenke a couple of messages from the sporting segment Eric Kwachi ohene ye chaw na no pay Eric see Opo you didn't post the link that you are online okay I think I have posted it now Blessed Sun 2 p.m. odi free santima pon buy I say happy birthday to Kevin J Usu of Happy Future International School Kronom Kwapra ehon na me mame ene me sister me di na chi wo Kronom Kwapra eho entimecha Juliana Afriye owo me ewo Kronom Kwapra woni eye Agnes Opoku Jemfi me sister ono na me di na chi mu nyina so mo Kronom Kwapra nti 2 p.m. akame mame ncha mu nso mu bi Blessed Sun I say NDC shall bounce back inshallah me mami Alice Kwasi, good morning brothers, may God bless you for showing your concerns about Mother Ghana, amen. I say I'm listening through Alexa mami mami Alice Kwasi ye so nka tie for say utie Unity Radio na o drive na say unyan anase untumi hwe video no ana wo baby a me pa chaw they also ye say o Alexa baby a otibia command Alexa say Alexa play Unity Radio Worcester. Alexa, play Unity Radio Worcester. Alexa, play Unity Radio Worcester. Alexa, play Unity Radio Worcester. Tiare kwacho heni se wofia. You don't have to only listen to us through Facebook. Now YouTube. Ubetumi command Alexa. Now yeren so TV. Because my who the message aba say o secretary aba. O secretary aba ntidi. O secretary ntimi me ye bia wa ha o. O ye yi wa ha na yeso ne be ye yi wa ha. Anyway. Okay. Nti Alexa mpacho we are baby out here also unyan uni Alexa I didn't know uni Alexa any secretary go see too so Alexa dey no bia obi on fie no answer catch Alexa say Alexa play Unity Radio Worcester I require him say yay my secretary is there hey asemo Nana Abedi Kwansa say opo please allow Ken Kalusha to talk king of sports Nana Abedi Kwansa ye chaw me yiri say also eye yefa no nsi oni nte kofi wayo quick na yembra mehwe ensama enne eda epono so free yaman Ghana obi besie yaman nti ena enne yete hei kofi yamwache na enne nso ede na wo ka kire bra kofi wayo kasa kakra ni nti oni afio maami abase opeso ote one.
See, the language you use here is not technical
because we don't think.
Yeah, you learn it from a book, so the English you speak, you know, when you go to America or England, they don't, what you say don't make sense to them. Do you know that? When our big men get up, the qualitability of the globalization, about the totality of the international global relay, all that.
Let's fast forward.
Unity Radio. You know, we know radio.
unity and kabum kwa. Okay, busa for the CP sama jibre the asida Emma Gold Coast Catering Services. Bra 8 Blackstone River Road nebidi dia dipa. The only African American restaurant I will drive through. Sanso ena ebano say ene oh yeah outdooring, oh yeah engagement, oh yeah wedding. Now person ye kita mawa mibacho Gold Coast Catering Services. I don't hear and their programs abe kwase aduane no esisi ho amanfo ni nyina na je senye Gold Coast na ye. Bra bedi dia dipa our chairman Kojuago. So when you hobby now pe nice place, very very suitable. Now the obi akwa kwatenase I dining na. Yeah, recommended Gold Coast Catering Services at the mount. A hoefe, a hoe kama, a hoe so minka. Do how be home. Drive through, come get your food. So Juma. We don't want you to be late at work. Drive through and pick up your food and go to work. Gold Coast Catering Services, a taste of excellence. Yede asadaka say Emma Chairman Kujo said you're not in Kalusha Ekano. Faith Marketplace, 196 Lincoln Street. Brabe do dwenyi na we ho. Anema bia ope bia. Kana bi bia. Obinye bia to. Ho na bi bia so akonkan dia ma. Ye serve with humility. Ahobrase na de som. So ye ma hu se uni ho a Faith Marketplace eni ho. Nti Chairman Kujo ni oba Juliet e dia ahobrase na edisom na ya so ye san wo bibia yakofa Africa na ba ope bia obenya bia to bra 196 na ebidu dwanyi na Lincoln Street yamfa sidama Dr. Kwabi Scientific Care se uyu bia ene pain ene u edi nyuno ukotodwe wachibremu usisi waye mre wa hojo u shoulder any or neck pain any form of pain bacho ene Dr. Kwabi nkasa na omwa papa ya ye adwuman ache say fan say pain pa there massa o body no so I tight sometimes you see some tight at your joint o bre eno nyina no ene Dr. Kwabi Scientific Kenkasa na omwa na onsisiu na bibia nso entumi enko enkan emfama otayechi ana ene nso ye di dwumadi di bro ma memfa we mfam nkaibo we mu nhya no so ma me COVID any flu vaccine clinic koso kwesiada March 26 ewia don kokopim numre nonum 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. say uyobi a onwo COVID vaccine no ebi ana unya daje ebi ososo ana mpese obe obadesi ana obetu kwan I think say esese wo enti unya unhu ba bi akwakowo na bra COVID and flu vaccine clinic ayeye ewo 870 Main Street nana sompa hene Maswell ne ho ana dwumadi ekoso kwasiada ewia donko kopim nonum nti opon asori a so opon late cry obetumi akọ so enye COVID vaccine kwa by sign of flu vaccine and so on say weda no esesa ba yira springer mamanfo hwini mu free nsuo ne ade bra na bra be wo flu vaccine ana COVID vaccine me pacho free yenje yenye hwe free ana de tosu mienu obewo a na ya ma $75 gift card so obewo vaccine na ebe ma $75 gift card na what me but unim 75 until 331 into after March ne de clinics no be ya to aso but so free sabre ya kopem say March ibewu no obewo a $75 gift card but after March ikono then it will be $25 gift card into person will lose $50 from being vaccinated free of charge there any me pa free ne ye kwin and I question the next one neighbor no call 870 Main Street na ekowo either flu vaccine for free or COVID vaccine for free a COVID and flu vaccine clinic ebaso 870 Main Street so pe details bia obetumi afre 508-926-8875 508-926-8875 ofre sa number na ebio omse obel vaccine na enye gift card nkwa free government phones any electric bill assistance so electricity bill uhia moa usika unyeswa na untumi ntua ni nyina no ba ho a ada no omo ebeboa aban crofo omo ma phones free omo ma phones free and a tablet and electrical bill assistance ni nyina ombe ho and ombe san grocery ombe chiche grocery say enuane ni ade aban de bane ni nyina nso ada no free groceries will be distributed and now what is more anochi krumbe serve free lunch. Kwesiadano. I'm not chikrums be serve free lunch. It's a program you don't want to miss. Register online or in person. You are more than welcome. No appointment is required. And also Spanish we change. Me go kind Spanish no. I know you're for Spanish people. Me ma come bro for we am ma come twi we. Bet me account. Cratch we pa. Na say station yes Spanish station. It's Spanish for no be your Spanish day. Yeah, we target audience. Nti ye wie here there. Yeah, be obi say we expand the audience. There be ye omo radio omo form there ye Ghana politics omo ntie omo dwena omo so man obi a woni there. To be any name. Okay, Unity Radio 1039. Nti COVID and flu vaccine clinic Baso channel so need to me kobi. Yenti we na fi yen get straight into action.
Unity Radio. You know, we know radio.
What is so akwaba?
Ye nua.
Apom ti sen.
Nyame adom apom boko na.
Masa untimi metra studio amekika na nto so.
Na mefa akonye so achia ye party chairman or Massachusetts. Chairman
na say so chair tiefo ansa.
Na say na me no.
In orderly manner. And so chair listeners we.
Na me no.
The can chairman.
Mame the room to operate. Yes. Me chair me comrade, fellow comrade, Minister comrade Eric Kwachohane is listening to us, and other comrades in and around Worcester are listening to me. I just want to extend my greetings to them and let them know that we are.
I think said that no kase ne de oba track atwi. Ntia na was started.
Bese me fa akonya so na me chi omo na me ka chomo say mo abemumbu na ye ready based on things nyama yinim within the party no ye hihye ho say nyame adoma 2024 December ye call about ye the beba back to power and we lead the good people of Ghana to get Ghana back to its track from where it has we progress from. Number 2 me pese me fa akonya so na me chia etie for mo Worcester nyina me chia mo NDC 4 MPP 4 michomu nyina na bibi mi ho dreamy Anopa kakra if he say me nua Bruno edwada say branda na obetran no dwane num or kekan sem akese na am say Bruno insam more kan there sa no yes sure say me ba na me be face you na me yi ano ho but unfortunately no ono an e ka chem say me mfa ene off na membra na maji off e wo dwumem na ma ba Bruno is nowhere to be found. This is unfortunate. Na me match chairman Louis Aswante say so say no mo be agon amodi agon the NDA omunim say agon the omu lose we because we need to come here and educate the people. We need to speak on fact. We need to make sure that in as much as we have our political affiliations, we should speak the truth to power. And that's what I'm here to do this morning. I am here to speak truth to power, irrespective of whoever it is in power. And I can.
Is it only today or that's your new stance? It's going to be even if you're in power.
I've always, and look, when we're in power, some of the things that our government did, I spoke against it and all those stuff. Okay, the truth needs to be spoken, to be told, and then we should all, as much as I'm a strong member of the NDC, which I am very proud of, and I am going to support this party because our ideology, our philosophy, go and align with my thinking and my belief. So I'm going to support this party. But the truth of the issue is that I would have believed and I would have been happy if Bruno would have been here this morning, or Chairman Luis, or anybody from the NPP side would have been here this morning for us to debate the issues and let's look at the issue and analyze the issue critically. It would have been very great. I will say this thing and then I will hope and I wish that Monday, I'm still off on Monday and Tuesday. I'm hoping Bruno will throw a challenge and let's meet here because I really want to expose him.
Are there higher more battlegrounds?
I ain't battlegrounds, but Namia Dharma say Worcester nyina Ghana station ba ko a ye won eni all the other stations na egu wona wotumi gira on aso nti this is a platform that we get itumi nya itumi be eka niam ekoso your mind Ghana mu me nye training so people
no but you are doing well today.
I'm a Votarian, I'm a proud Votarian. Let me make that statement clear. Let me make that statement clear. I'm a Votarian, I'm a proud Votarian, but I'm trying to speak the truth. Radio station ye radio station ba ko a ye dey ebo and how do you say announcement in
Deru
Ghana and say they can Ghana say nya kwenya na eba so a I mean it's a great opportunity for us to sell our the ideology and philosophies of our party and what we believe in, and that's what I am here to do this morning. So thank you.
Okay, what's your opinion?
I mean, the face is very familiar. I don't know. I don't remember where I saw the face, but the face is familiar.
Yeah. Maybe I now share the TV, so be grand metro and maybe. Your friend Emmanuel Wilson, anti-crusader campaigner.
Okay.
Tiuba by my be our bedtime.
Bedtime saying. Now I hope say all your anti-crusade campaigner. I hope say corruption allegations and a whole lot of inappropriate misuse of funds in this administration. I hope he's looking at it. I hope his organization are looking into it, and I hope they will take the right decision, because we are in an administration whereby the president, every nitty-gritty of issue that comes up, he clears his people, and I think this is something that we applaud. And I mean it's not a bad thing. We have the CDD, we have a lot of CSOs in Ghana, and so if his organization is also coming to be another arm of a CSO that will be chasing all governments, it should not be only NDC, NPP, it should be all government. Let's put all governments in check, because I've stated it and I'll continue to say a lot of waste is in a system back home in Ghana, and if we can all be vigilant and we can all put things right, I think we don't need to be borrowing. We don't need to be where we are today. As we speak, our economy is in mess, and we don't need to be there. We don't need to be there. So for me,
we'll get into all these issues.
I've not seen him. I don't know much about this organization, but I'm going to take note. I'm going to research into them and find out how the structure and how they operate and all those. But for me, if it's an organization that is fighting against corruption, that's what we are all looking for.
Okay.
Because Ghana has become a country whereby the truth is not being told. The CSOs, the civil society, the Christian Council, the Islamic Council, all of them, they've kept quiet. In 2014, 2015, 2016, all these people were talking. They were bashing the former administration. Anything that happened, that is not right. But currently,
they were bashing. They were bashing, and rightly so. Right? And
rightly so. That's not wrong with it.
But now they are not bashing.
They are not bashing. They've all gone quiet. When we speak to 4 people like Professor Mate, he said he's now testing. That is shameful. People like Dr. Mensa Otabel, he said he's now watching Animal Channel. He has stopped doing politics.
Animal Kingdom.
This is the hypocrisy. When we are talking, we always talk about it. In one administration, they have the mouth, the voice to speak. In another administration, they all go to hiding. Anyway, I will not blame them, because Ghana, as we speak, freedom of speech is being suppressed by the president that we all know, that has been touted as the human rights president. He's suppressing people's freedom of speech.
Some topics for today. Medumo Mike.
Now, what's man in coffee? And I will say, Wilson. Omusha Musi say, na ya ambichi si omo, na ya mechi omo. That's all the advice I'll give to him. But I will urge him to do a good job.
Also, where the utunifo. Also, show who you are su. Because the only way, said the okay, son, the only way we show who you is one casa. Sasane obia kan ye chase ne dia na imamboa
kasa ne de obeka but it so no so na Bible that security Bible so exactly after the kasa ne obi obeka no then you become a target, and I can tell you
na say me makasa sa me target
na so who Kroma no kotana Ghana
na say Kevin Taylor or Kroma so a target
Kevin Taylor or Kroma even or a target he's not in Ghana
na make say me so me say depend say the obeka safa
exactly that's what I was going to
depend say obeka safa and say who criticize here
for me
you don't attack personalities and insult personalities.
I can tell you I won't do that, but I can tell even me that is nobody. When I get to international,
hold on.
Let me tell you.
When I get to the airport, okay, you see it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. How do you react to the Oka say Usro?
Oh well, Didi Kam, I mean, say Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana, a civil society organization, and we've been operating for some years now, Ghana. Just like the name goes, we fight corruption in the public sector. And then it's also a think tank I make key proposals for good governance in the public sector. And over the past years, we've really established ourselves. Say, Ghana, na unim Crusaders Against Corruption, and I should say you don't really know much about the civil society organizations in Ghana. And of course, not just me. I am the lead face of it, but we have prominent individuals who are also in it.
And I remember the face. Parliament, and I remember the face.
Okay, very well. Mate. So
I feel
they were in Parliament crusading, fighting against how do you call it? The e-levy, fighting against the building of a new chamber. So when I got in the face was family, and I remember the face.
Okay. There's some money scanning.
Now only part of the time I catch us on the civil society that do not want people money from politicians, but they want money from
that's not what I said.
No, that's individual. So you are not giving to him as NDC.
Let me finish.
Individual.
That is what we do. You started your operations. One of the individuals who were taking inspiration from was Miame Wafa uncle, brother Bibia Martinamidu, and some few advices of the Mame and of the Maya. We decided to structure ourselves consciously. In that, first off, he who pays the piper causes the tune. Now the CSOs say Ghana, most of it, but most of it, they rely on international funding. And some of them also who don't rely on international funding, they also rely on individuals like key businessmen and the rest. The underlying factor, and say, particularly with international organizations, most organizations outside Ghana, and that is what a lot of people don't know, they survive when corruption thrives in Ghana.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Of course.
Until they come in as a quasi...
An organization like IMF.
Good. Until they come in as a quasi helpers, pretending to be helping. But in reality, they are rather helping you to, break your system and collapse your public sector. And come to them. And, we, as part of the advices that came, initially we were aligned to the Integrity International initiative, but we decided to take ourselves off, even though we still communicate, we relate, we share ideas and documents and all those things, but we are not a full member with them. And the reason was that we wanted to be independent as possible. We want to be free to speak truth to power as much as possible. Until you rely so much on crowdfunding, as I said. Crowdfunding, it doesn't matter who you are. Ubit might even the president of the day or whoever. But a man basket, ubia the need until you cannot own it. You cannot own it. I cannot own it. Or the tumu we are, whatever is done with it, you cannot determine the activities of Crusaders Against Corruption.
Me $10,000. Me MPP ni case we are medical parliament in the Mumfanko.
It doesn't work that way for us.
O many for the social now be share Unity Studios now. Me man 5,000 no. E only send this in a waba. There be some way the Mumfanko.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work, and it is also because we've had a lot of experiences, and particularly my first day I'm my background say in terms of partisanship, I have been on top of it. I have risen all the way to the top. Until I know how it works, how partisan politicians think and operate. There has been instances where NDC have come against me and they call me an MPP surrogate. There are instances where MPP have come against me and they call me NDC surrogates. And for me, when NDC and MPP are attacking me, it gives me the Arishemu I'm doing something right.
You are doing something right, just like me.
And it also gives me the Arishemu say, of course, say NDC same MPP, and MPP same NDC, then it means I'm actually with Ghana.
Yeah.
Because the interests, but you see in so Ghana, and not any partisans. You understand? Because Abuano Ochina Anisunko, Ujan so Anisunko. So omu abemua, omusu different. And I've given typical example. Haruna Idrisu, who was my colleague, national youth organizer. I've told you some things that we did. It was different. Kofi Adams and Drakra. I mean, he was then a deputy youth organizer. My colleague, Ludwig and Co, my colleagues. So omu nyina omu abemu a omu sonko omu nimu so omu sonko. John Buedu and the Oyemi youth organizer colleague. In opposition, I know what he did. In government, I know what he did. I'll be a general secretary. I know what Mark Menuan, he was like me father Bakupe Prekupe. I know what he was speaking when they were in opposition. Omo Abemu and Oye chairman and all that. I know what he did near the. When you rely on partisan politics, unsabisi form because they are flip-floppers, as Tony Edu will describe. They are flip-floppers. And now Ojinaha needs to be different. Ochina Ojinaha so needs to be different. And that is why we are so focused on making sure say dear your person and say be fighting for the interest of Ghana. Isn't it so sad? Say we have the best of parliament we've ever had. This parliament. And
it is almost becoming as the weakest.
It is the weekest and then almost.
So, it is
the weakest. Of course, so it's possible to say, but I have said over and over, said the 2020 elections results is an indication saying Nyame do Ghana. The results is an indication. Can you imagine if MPP had majority in parliament under this kind of presidency? Ghana would have been an absolute collapse country.
Yeah.
Inti Nyame, in his wisdom, he decided to be a hang parliament. But even with the hang parliament, what are we doing with it? I came here and I showed you a typical example of a petition I'm submitted to parliament.
Yeah.
Relied on majority MPs to push it. They failed. Relied on minority MPs to fill.
I say, hey, I'm quite a exactly.
You understand? And that is just the mindset of it all. You get what I mean? That is just the mindset of it all. And it is such a painful thing that individuals who you are expecting, say, Omobe move and have Ghana at heart. They, to a very large extent, want to have their party's interest at heart. They want to have their personal interest at heart. And so today, election at the maximum of 2-3 weeks, you see individuals coming back. Honorable, Yato Abani View, NTSA started planning for the next election. And so all we do in Ghana is we've put in Ghana on autopilot, election machinery.
Yeah.
It's every day is an election period.
We are planning for the next
election. We hardly make time to plan for developments. Hardly make time to plan for development. I pray, Andra, I got some information and some documents near there. If you follow what is happening in Ghana, Andra, they were supposed to pass ministers are vetted. Yes, and but yesterday it didn't work. Yeah. And
today
from where
too,
I sit,
it hasn't worked
yes,
yet.
From where I sit and the privileged informations I get, I will want to commend Mia Ato Forsen.
Yeah.
Because whatever happened yesterday, and I won't put most things in public, but whatever happened yesterday, for which it didn't work, I think he played a major role in it, and it was done for me. I think that was the best approach for him, whatever he did, and see, I want to commend him for that. I'm praying, say, and into Monday. In fact, the information I'm getting again, it suggests that today they may not even be able to pass.
Yeah, I'm just reading an article where the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Chairman Sabun, is why disappointed with the minority.
They cannot pass it because, as of this morning, I've been monitoring, and I just want to state on point that I'm very current on what is going on in Ghana. The majority is playing mischief. I mean, when it got to the time for them to do the voting, they knew their numbers will not make it through. So they've been raising, Pete Jackson.
That's what I'm saying, sir.
It's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to take place today.
I am thinking, sir. It will be either Monday or worse, it will be Tuesday. But whichever way it is now, my expectation and hope is that the minority, the stand they took yesterday over the past period, stand on me taking, they will move through it, and they will not shatter the little confidence some of us have in them, just as they did when it came to the e-levy. They pretended to be whatever and they walked out.
Yeah. Yes, you understand
what I'm saying?
So intentionally walked out.
You see what I'm saying? So
can pass for them to
say whatever it is. Whatever it is. I'm just praying. Say they will not disappoint the Ghanaians with the little hope you want in them. just as they did when it came to the e-levy. If they do that, well, we are just praying to God. But
but Sami Jamfi.
Quick. I think say.
Say.
Too quick.
Say no no no. So
too quick. I mean.
No, you have to ask me.
Too quick intervention. Quick number one. I think say. I mean, your organization now. I mean, I've recall where I saw you and all those stuff. I think as much as you have stated, say you are trying to be independent as much as you can, because most of these CSOs have been sponsored by foreign entity and all those, as you stated. One thing I just want to advise you as a leader of the organization and a member of the organization is that to be able to get or to be able to do what you want to do, you also have to be transparent. And being transparent is, I mean, as you are going around soliciting for support from the general public and all those stuff now, I would advise say if it's possible that you guys can put up something like a website or something whereby, I mean, all donation that comes in is made public. You understand me? So that the public will be seeing that, okay, this money is going to this organization. They are fighting for the cost of the common people of Ghana. If the money is made public, you say that you have X amount of money. Y amount of money was used to, I mean, for this case at cost. I mean, you have to be very transparent as much as you are going around. Yes, at the website, at your website.
You go on.
That is such one thing that I want to, I mean, advise. I mean, it's not, I mean, the advice or my opinion to, I mean, you guys to be able to be independent and not depend upon these foreign entities. As you stated, whether I like it or not, if you end up depending on these foreign entities, they are going to determine the space for you. They will determine what you have to do. They will try to control you behind the scene, and as you said, you end up being just like one of these CSOs we have in Ghana, whereby, I mean, their voice are not being heard. The way they speak, the way we expect them to act, they are not acting. That's number one. Number two, I mean, I strongly disagree with you that this parliament is one of the weakest parliament per your, I mean, views and all those things. In my opinion, I don't think this is one of the weakest parliament. And if you want to agree with me, I mean, yes, the minority, myself, I've been very disappointed in passing the first batch of, I mean, appointees that were appointed by the excellency.
So why do you say?
No, hold on. And the e-levy, I'm disappointed. I'm not going to be, I mean, an ostrich to sit here and say that. I'm going to make my case. I mean, those are exceptional. Okay. But this current parliament has been able to expose a lot of rot. They've been able to make sure
such as some of my cases to back why
such as number one. Look at the COVID vaccine that, I mean, the health minister, the money that were paid to an entity whereby, I mean, did not supply those, the vaccine and all those stuff. Okay. Do you think, as he stated, if NPP was majority in parliament and all those stuff, could we have even had the opportunity to bring those things on the floor of parliament? If you look at the PAC, Public Account Committee report, look at the way politics is being played around it and all those stuff. The minority in parliament, as much as they might have disappointed us in one or two instances, I think they are on their feet. They are doing their best. They are working very hard, and they are making every effort to make sure that at least they put this incompetent government into check. An example, what is happening right now? We are saying, say, look, nobody is against, I mean, appointing new ministers. You understand me? What we, the minority, we are saying is that looking at the economic mess that Bruno and his party has put in that into, looking at the mess that we have, we going around borrowing money from, asking China to forgive us some of our debt and all those stuff. This is not the time for us to be, adding more ministers. I believe, and the party stand believes that with the current, minister, they should align the ministries. They can do some reshuffling and align the ministries, and let's spare us from this. Is this 6 of them that are going to be appointed? 6 of them. Let's spare us, because even if you take an average amount that a minister takes, around 18,000.
No, so Bruno, Bruno Akwaba, my Franco Bruno Akwaba. But the point you are making is you talked about. Maybe say in brief so that we can get into.
Sure.
One, Usi, you've been okay with. And name of my expose you
exactly,
because I make some scenarios to back up.
Yes, I've given one example.
Number one, and name of my expose you, and I'll can vaccine one some, and I'll say a DMB.
And I make catch you say, yeah, as much as I mean, they are there. The numbers is
ministers we there no.
Ministers we there no.
I know there's so many new to me finance. I'm objective
there. They've objected to it right from day one and all those stuff. And you see, most of the time these things happen, and at the end of it, no, we are seeking the interest of Ghana. And look, let's put politics aside. Ghana is in mess. We are in difficulties. To me, whether I am an MPP, an NDC, is it the time for us to be adding numbers to this ministers that we have already? Already have 85 of them. I mean, what are they doing?
Okay.
What is the end result? What are we seeing from them? We are not getting anything from them. So for me, I was, and I believe that Honorable Atuforsin and his team, we are all hoping and believing that they will stand on their feet. I'm also privy to a lot of information that we are hoping that whatever we have asked or we ask them to do, they will make sure that they don't
practice. Why don't Amodi Johnson say don't get any Sami Vico Parliament?
They are members of the public. They are leaders of the party. They can go to Parliament.
Me
sit over here. I see him sit in Parliament, making us. I think you were one of the guys who were walked or taken out of the Parliament. Is it you, or is Ernest? Ernest. They just like the way they go to Parliament. Everybody have the right to go and sit in Parliament anytime at your convenience to listen and take part in proceedings that is happening. Unfortunately, this super incompetent government, if you don't put them in check, if you don't get your people to be on their toes, they will always engage.
So you need to send us, you don't get here, your parliamentarians are not enough?
Honorable Opo, whether Aseni Ketia goes there or not, it doesn't change that.
Okay.
Aseni Ketia is not going to be part of the people who are going to vote. The focus should be on our parliamentarians who has been given an assignment to seek the interest of Ghana at the moment and the situation and the difficulties that Ghana is in today. That's what we are looking at. And I hope today, for once, my good brother Bruno will agree with me that it is needless. It is needless for them to be appointing new ministers to take over from those that have left.
Okay.
I think they can do realignment and realign the ministries to.
I think your point is well made. Mame call Wilson just before that
one be.
Mame Bruno Akwaba. Franco Akwaba.
Obomi da semejo so.
Ade na na oshen. Wa na.
Oh, no crazy.
And not you.
Me yakakra, but I just wanted to honor my promise and let my dear brother. But before then, no. Me chair team for na yemfa Akwaba ma Mr. Wilson. Mr. Martinic.
Yeah.
We all appreciate and love the good job you are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I can assure you, sir, until 2024, now what you people stand for, the integrity you stand for our country, no, will materialize. I'm assuring you, sir, MPP. That's what MPP stand for. Yeah, your Maya, party, yeah, motto, yeah, development and freedom. So we want every Ghanaian to be assured to say, yeah, now I'm in chairman, you are part of so now. Chair Upomuso, any me honorable chairman Louis Amakumensa, any empenning for 18 and
okay. It's Mamenko Yimaso na a friend is saying Papa can send be say also cooketa sha as a sound so we are transparent, we are accounts on your website and all that. Now Upesa respond about Kasu.
Me da senti man quick, but it looks like and the tempo will be more of NDC MPP. Memo a lot of time to have their conversation. But first first off, what we should appreciate is Crusaders started as a membership CSO. And we have a platform that is made up of members, Omutia, Omudues, and the membership fee. And that is what you use to run the organization. So as long as you're a member, you have access to how funding and things are done.
Yeah.
When it comes to outside funding,
and more great membership.
Oh yeah, we have, and fortunately, and that is one thing I want us to dwell on a bit more, is that you believe it said the youth are those who will be in charge in the next few years. It is a war into very well. They take over. And gradually, those with the bad mindsets will be fading off, and a new mindset comes in. Until you focus a bit more of our activities on the campuses.
Yeah, very important.
And now I may know, say, Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana, we operate effectively on 5 university campuses in Ghana. now have their membership and they do their activities near the Nyami Haduma next month KNUST campus your chapter. We are having a public forum over there on public sector corruption, the effect, the way forward, what we need to do. Next month we will be doing that.
You'll be there.
Yes. Yeah. I'm the lead speaker with
July and August and so more programs.
We have programs across, but they focus on KNUST, which is in April, and I hope we all will contribute to make the program a success. By then I'll be happy to have you over there, and we are hoping some media houses have promised to broadcast it live, and I'm hoping Unity and some picking a live on that day, so that we take it from there. Into that structure is there. Bishop Dr. Susan Inti, who is our chairperson, is doing a fantastic work with some of our
board of directors
chairperson.
Oh, wow. How many board members do you have?
We have 5.
5 members.
So Bishop Inti, who is the chairperson, PLO Lumumba of Kenya, professor, he's one of it.
Oh, from Kenya?
Yeah, he's one of it. We have Bishop, sorry, not Bishop, we have Rodalyn Ayana. I don't know if you know her. Rodalyn Ayana is also one of the leading members in Ghana. I mean, media person. She is also one of it. I don't know if you know Foursquare Gospel Church. The founder is also a member of it. And then we have our board secretary, Theophilus. He's also part of it.
That's amazing.
They are the people that structures and then lead all of us into what needs to be done. We have it there. Now, the other thing I also want to say is, easy. I don't mind. You may decide to define Ghana's parliament whichever way you want to do it. You can say is this the best, it is not the best, it is whatever, it is not.
We thought it personally we thought it was going to be, but it hasn't been.
What is important, and I keep saying, and I it is not for fun, and I make it looks like we embrace and applaud more of mediocre than excellence. My brother was talking about exposing. Parliament has done a lot of work when it comes to exposure. They've done that, a lot of it. My hunger and our Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana, hunger, and we want results, action. It is so disappointing, and it is on record. When the first how do you call it, ministers approval in fact, not the first. I mean, the minister that were approved after 2020 elections, the then minority leader could come out when Onwane party members were angry. Say, why do you have to pass certain individuals? And one of his justification was that we want them to pass them for them to fail, so that we can have. I see. I don't get even said so. So Oforiatta is the dumbest finance minister we've ever had, and Omoneka said. MPs approve so that Oforiatta will fail. Into when you do that, and then the following day, that's the MPs, ministers, they are not doing well, and almost until we want to cut her, then your consistency becomes difficult for us all to accept or approach. You understand? When you come out and you say that, look, how do you call it? Health minister, for instance, public accounts committee. There was, not public account committee, there was a committee set to interrogate Sir Sputnik, whatever. Sputnik V vaccine. That committee, its power, equivalent power, is that of High Court in Ghana. Results by, even on that committee, the minister himself confirmed by confessing. Say he erred. And he offended the law. What happened afterwards? Nothing. Are you getting it?
Nothing.
When we have, for instance, and the other day, I made a calculation of how much we have lost as a result of one singular illegal act by Amoakwata by closing down the road tolls illegally, unconstitutional. The amount of money we have lost. Now, Akwenya will honomo to retrieve this money. And CSOs such as Crusaders will come up with a petition and say that, look, we legally, constitutionally, we want us to retrieve this money because it amounts to causing financial loss to the state. You go to majority MPs Kasidebi, we won't do it because of a party member. Then you go to minority MPs.
You expect
say they at least your minority, and they tell you this. For me, expose is okay, but ABR, my mindset is a bit different, and my mindset is that I want tangible results.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm
concerned,
what
is the point? And
as far as in fact, expose is supposed to be done largely by civil societies, ministers, MPs, those working in the executive, those working at the legislature, Monamukra to me to act. And that is why when Crusaders took a petition to Speaker, the Speaker referred it back to me, and I showed it to you.
Yeah, you showed it to me.
She wrote a letter and said, "Look,
we have received it.
Go through a parliamentarian. This is what you have to do."
Yeah.
Into Monamukra power no.
Yeah.
Until let's even assume, say, the parliamentarians, 275 parliamentarians, not even a single one knew, say, what Amoakwa Atta did was illegal and now unconstitutional.
You brought it to their attention.
I brought it to their attention.
Yeah.
And that is the work of civil society organizations. Are you getting it? At the end of the day, what happened? Nothing came out of it. Because Obia issues say, hey, me kwai ako my constituency, I am lobbying, and they call him Wafa. I'm lobbying Wafa Amoakwata to give me road in my constituency. So into why should I be the one leading this charge?
Yeah.
Are you getting it? Into for us, you know, Obia Krani marking scheme. You can see, say, this parliament is the best. You can say it is the worst. But for us, as far as we are concerned, this parliament has not been able to give us that tangible results. You expecting per the kind of strength both
the
parties
balance we have.
Mami Jama ebusiafo impenyufo no one kasa.
Okay, but quick one. Mami fa we ni ma kakra na afi membra menjai ma say the kind no. I think the issue that you were more interested in, Dr. Ali Nachia, Asema no can say Ghana is not poor, but we are only being managed poorly. And no, I'm saying no follow within your domain.
Yes.
You hear our story na na minya da kanama menu amon to so. Mamin kan kakra ma cause biana Ghana is not poor, a poor country, but it's simply being poorly managed. These are the sentiments of tax expert Abdallah Ali Nachia. His comments follow the conditionalities attached to the imminent 3 billion IMF bailout to the government of Ghana. Conditions which include restructuring of the country's debt, a program that has met stiff domestic resistance. Chiding the government, Dr. Ali Nachia asserted that mismanagement and corruption have landed the government in the tentacles of the Bretton Woods institution. And I'm quoting him. My key issue is corruption. We cannot run away from it. On a judge, we have seen a Kasai or Joy News. And all this answering with two Jana. He went on and on and on, and then he questions again. How can they live that way if we don't have money? That is why I am saying that Ghana is not poor. We are only being poorly managed.
I agree. And this is not a hidden fact. Look, one of me mantra.
Now, update him say IMF no for say omni China Akushia.
Okay.
The news coming up from also we've had positive talks with China over 1.7 billion debt. But IMF Diomu schedule about. They were supposed to meet Ghana this month. Right, next month, April, another month, no March. But almost yeah, no Ghana and Kaho. Until President call Parliament State of the Nations address no. Or I show say by March we know not just Ghana day. It's a meeting of course, so I just say. But I think say a debt restructuring, international and domestic, no. IMF forces still no HS ni maybe bro I was say yeah answer until this month meetings on my schedule Botswana and other countries count Ghana count, so they will not be meeting Ghana, so the March deadline it's already not going to be viable.
Right, I have said it, and Obibia Onimi very closely will say it is more of my national anthem. Say Ghana's problem is not resource problem.
I think so. Bano Pekra now can't Mohammed Gaddafi
exactly
Gaddafi as some of
yes. Ghana's problem a leadership problem. Ghana's problem is that we have leadership crisis and not a resource crisis.
Just like President Kufuor said 3 days ago.
Exactly. And that is the reason why one of the things that I absolutely believed in, today I still believe in, some mantras are the current president and the vice president when they were candidates. President now president, when Oye candidate, I say yet Sikaso and so comedian. It's a fact. It's an absolute fact. No one can change that.
Yeah.
Vice President went further to say, Waye Jumakra or Bank of Ghana, or Nimsika Ghana, ewo. Until we need not borrow. A absolute fact. So the question is, what has changed? It means that there's something fundamentally wrong somewhere. Today, I mean, say Ghana's debt to GDP is over 100%.
100%, yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I have kept saying, say, look, Ghana's debt to GDP, say the debt to GDP, it is not like Ghana's debt was zero. And this government came and took it to 100% plus.
Yeah.
And you build up.
Across time.
And you do honomo. And if it is a build up, what it means is each and every individual who has been part of government, especially in this Fourth Republic, has contributed to us getting to 100 plus. You understand?
Very well.
To 100. Now, debt to GDP. Look, it is just like the Oka Wode. Young fan say a $100. Na upea oje. About $90-something. Na just sika oje o revenue ni ade nyina odi tua oka o de crampo na
still enso to come there.
And it is simply because of some few things. First off, we have structures are so polarized as of mine. And again, that is why I associated a bit more with the president than a candidate. And Bra Okase, he's moving the country from a Georgesburg economy.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
It simply means that we are going to add value to your raw materials.
Yep.
Today, as we speak, literally everything is in the raw state in Ghana. Literally everything that we have, Ayakasi produce, they are in the raw state. We are a consuming economy. We consume, we don't produce. And see, if we want to make sure say your debt is going down, we make ourselves strong. In Ukraine-Russia war, for instance, Russia, currency, became the strongest during the war. During Ukraine-Russia war, that was when Russia's currency became the strongest. Simply because they have what we call in economics competitive advantage. They were producing something. Until they say, okay, irrespective of sanctions, some mobile oil currency.
We don't need the dollar.
We don't need the dollar anymore. And of course, because they had a competitive advantage, you have no option than to go and buy from them. Until you were forced to go and buy from them. Ghana, what is our singular competitive advantage? That we can say IMF or whatever. President Ben Okasi Yentia, I think it was a champ or something. Yeah. One of you can say, I will push you into Operation Feed Yourself. And it was fantastic. Dependency moved us from dependency to independency. We have structures that they are so polarized. I said even this morning, and yet so painful. During Nkrumah's time, we built TOR. We didn't even have oil. Today we have oil. TOR is not functioning to full capacity. TOR is not functioning to full capacity. And so we'll export the crude oil, get it refined outside the country, then as of mine, we'll go and look for dollars and then take the dollars here, they call import crude oil and our finished product into our country. And Brad, gold, we were talking about gold refinery. King, Emma, figure me by me, can see you find out how much it costs to build a gold refinery.
Yep.
Amount of mention 500,000. Meboa.
Oh, yeah, research.
He did.
500,000.
$500,000. Let's even assume, say, Ghana, we don't have money. What prevents a leader of with a vision to say, look, you are building a refinery. We want to do it public-private partnership, PPP. Into Abai is going to have maybe 20% of it. The rest of the percentage, you know, we are floating it in shares. Me sure say we want to own it. We can raise this amount of money among ourselves without going to borrow so easily. So the question is it because in borrowing, you know, people are making their cut out of it? And we will rather want to go and continue borrowing as of mine, when we can rather think outside the box and say internally, no, you share how I bet me reduce it to ourselves. There's one practice that goes on in Ghana, maybe across, but let me concentrate on Ghana because that's my country, our country. For me, it is so amazing, mind-boggling. Yamfani said Ghana is a private entity, and that is how Kufuor described Ghana.
Yeah.
Maybe that is why I admire Kufuor's governance. Kufuor and Atta Mills, for me, they have been the best of leaders in this Fourth Republic. Maybe that's why I admire the two of them, because I loved certain skills that they brought on board. And you remember me first day, Mikaze Atta Mills was the best president we've had in the Fourth Republic. Now, Kufuor says he wants to approach his governance, and that's why he always say, my government, that's how he was described. He wants to approach the government as a private entity. Minji in this says, your company. Now, before the year begins, fiscal year begins, now you ready budgets, near you here 200 million. Mid-year, we come and do mid-year budgets. And almost all mid-year budgets are buying the banner or kind mid-year budgets or asking for additional money. What does it tell us? Does it tell us, say me 200 million say for 12 months? Now mid-year, over back now about accounting for what you've done. Now because me here more money. It simply means that you are not making revenue from the money I gave you.
And soon to
pay account. So how come we are paying taxes? How come we have structures that are supposed to work? How come government is giving services that individuals and citizens are paying for? And yet mid-year we come and say Sikano answer, so we want more money. It means that we are not managing the country very well. What is so interesting is the fact that it has become a norm. Leaders always come and they are rather pushing parliamentarians to approve a certain loan for them to go and take. That is all we are doing. Taking loan. Who does that? Which business can survive on this? And no wonder the economy is where it is at the moment. Today, we have, and it is established, two organizations. One of them are a Ghanaian-owned organizations, believing in. Auditor General. Auditor General has come to establish that Ghana averagely loses $3 billion to corruption every year. $3 billion to corruption every year. In other words, what it means is that there are lots of loopholes in the system. What is it goes back into it. Today we are struggling. And I can tell you, no matter how many times I'll be called stream, no matter sense, but you will never get water. When today we are looking for IMF money, that's about how much? 3 billion.
3 billion.
China loan as okay. That's about how much?
1.7 billion.
I mean, look at that. You are throwing away 3 billion, and we are not focusing on how to protect the 3 billion, and we are chasing 1.7 billion,
which is also going to go down the drain.
I mean, we are chasing 3 billion from IMF, which will even come in trenches, not like 3 billion in now you could cram our back on. And look at the conditionalities. Was it under Atta Mills or John Mahama? You call IMF, they give us serious conditionalities. Mahama. We couldn't even employ into the public sector.
The public sector you can employ,
I mean, what kind of country is this? And we couldn't even employ into the public sector. What kind of country is this? There are so many routes. Look, I can go on and give you examples of routes and what system. My document I've just opened. I can mention over 60 different routes which we have in the country now. Because of leakages in the system. What we need is a fiscal discipline. If we don't have fiscal discipline, we will never move on.
Okay.
Look at the calculation I came to do about the president carrying his chair around.
Yeah.
It's all about fiscal indiscipline. Today we have 5,714 schools under trees.
Yeah.
And I did a calculation for you to know. Say, look, just the cost of money involved in carrying the presidential chair in Ghana, Keke. 1 year, if we cut that thing off, you understand?
Yeah.
And Onkwa can give us, eradicate these schools under trees.
Yeah.
Ghana's problem is very simple. The same thing, it goes on and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. The bottom line is we need fiscal discipline. We need to seal the loopholes. We need to make sure that genuinely we are protecting the public purse. And it goes beyond partisanship. It goes beyond partisanship.
Yeah.
And that is what I want everyone to always have in mind. So it goes beyond partisanship. Because, look, the truth is, even if today a new government is in power and they want to make sure that the right things are being done, it is their own party people who will fight them.
Yeah.
So the issue goes beyond partisan. Until say now you be move out of this partisan parochial mindset, you know, it will be the same.
Okay.
Remember examples, and I bet you, if we give the opportunity, my brothers here, NDC can give thousands of examples that took place under MPP regime. Hey, it shows say we are wasting the taxpayers' money. MPP can give thousands of examples, which shows say we are wasting the taxpayers' money. So the bottom line is, if both parties who claim they want to protect the public purse, they come in and they are wasting it, it means it goes beyond them. Let's see how we can build structures that will protect Ghana and not individuals.
Fantastic delivery from Emmanuel Wilson, Unity Radio 103.9.
Unity Radio. You know, we know radio.
Okay, Unity Radio, we know radio. My main kind, 1 or 2 messages now. I'll start with Franco Bruno because on the Wabamo, Paul Crowder, where the Kakasabi. Message will be by, I see a friend of Voodoo, I say Gordon Gadgisbeck did a lot with cocoa between 1921 and 27. Nkrumah also did a lot using cocoa, including Temahabo Township, Akosombo Dam, KNUST, UCC between 1951 and 66. Now comes the dead goat called John Dramani Mahama, towing a mid-jet called Akufo-Addo behind him. Between these two, Ghana has cocoa, gold, oil, but somehow they put Ghana through 2 bankruptcies between 2012 and 2023. Had we chosen leaders with the like minds of Gadgisbeck or Nkrumah, Ghana will not be where it is today. Another person, I must say a friend Eric Mensah, a message or by I'll say Ghanaians know that the country is rich, but it's poorly managed. Akufo-Addo himself said, we are sitting on gold, yet we are hungry. And then that dwarf, and then that president took Ghana straight to bankruptcy. You can't be using such words for your president. You can criticize in a different way, but you can't use anytime I was rhyming and I apologize for that. I'm very sorry. You use such unprintable words for young leaders. Franco, I want Iman swapu seat, mammy. Sir, you might more or less where you hana, Imam Rasi, Nabrana, Hananya direct. And direct. I said to me, Abo, Paul is also ye, punching out. Okay, yeah. Okay, I mean, starting with you quickly. Papa, Doctor, Ali Nachia, Eddie and Edisha said, then Ima Ekan was some say, or say Ghana in Yang. But an answer out of he's dealt with it and get into other issues. And also can be a crack.
Quickly, no, my main channel, why idea? Just says, just a stand personality. I'm attending near about the phenomenon.
Where's she?
Yami Shana or Manaku drew. Now, one keep the Omuya, and we hope, say, subsequently, no Omuman and Soha, they will continue from changes in government. He's doing a great job. Until you know, he said everything right.
Yeah.
Me I met him me Ghana ni you know try Ghana no you said the Ghana thing and you too say Ghana you was sika bebre say one near ma yenye ehiafo.
Yeah.
And we are all hoping that one day we will all get there. Every political party about the same dream. So what I say.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Obi Eboka said you know I can't say Ghana debt and you back for na Aboka. but ubedenya value for money on say can obo but obi o ha oboka and so koni fear you can find a near man a valuable now obi so ha oboka ukohwehwe bi say kabe na boy ya sabi onya bibia amfanchiro so what I say and that is why I respect the facts no my no and Kufuado NPP no yenkasa enema nyina ye piso nyina ye Ghana for Ghana edin but if you look at the fundamentals I said bi omode egu akwama it is inspiring and promising me ntrahan can be brave because me be say be semre but I can assure him say as much as I know no I no so nim no enema bi wo ha bind the Google format Ghana dachi wo fapem especially education sector we all know say o boka na say o the ekano o the educate and kolada achia obo emfaso wo so say o boka na the gun crofo adwuma ye dum kane e friend dum so a o bo crofo da achefo because it make us a value for money no obi e boka wo no an kan wo say party ni nyina de kan bi aka ho but ho anom de na unya value for the money o ma waste no so be boka e hwe nkola tete wo mo se daache o mo meye arm robbers o mo meye niam bia emfata na community ni benya educated wonderful men and women for future prosperity e ho hia say wa wo de obetra so a o wie di enkrofo kra pekani akra de se bi wo de bia adwuma wa wo mi adwuma wo obi abie cold store o hia kanea se ne fish kra say no de aton bia nya sika hwe ne ma no wo de obedi akonya na was me kanea kra me ntimi na me no ka say ye challenges e wo Ghana nyina yi no IMF omo appointment kra Ghana enka ho en kanea ni jana na so no Ghanaian should ever forget say irrespective of our challenges in Ghana with the IMF with whatever in parliament nyina no Ghana kanea jana na so and me nua podi so say me ba no kasa mo kra de man external shock normal stability in the economic factor the whole world man external shock and so kanea montiman so one single township montiman containing electricity on for 24 hours the whole Ghana and you think it's gonna make us yaboka ya jet opanyina some clear but yan go further beyond the canon and we say opobo kano e dey no dey ya ba unity radio ha we can see what you spend your money for this na yakasa waboka kra na we can quantify the items you have here and say ya ton bi kra e benya mfaso na mo de mo kara mo ba na mo de mo boka na mo de ye interchange crowds e Kwame Nkrumah circle no na mo balloon the figures nti e ka no obi abobi but ebidum de no na e reckless ebinum ka no mo boy na nyansa pon na ho ebiso ka mo bo na nyansa wom esan se wo boka de tete nchiri ma so mo meye daachi nimdifo kandifo a wabobra ebiase nyina deka America deka
free SHS na okano
right.
It was one of my topics Haruna Idrisu former minority leader
yes
I say se mo anhwe ni
right
na mo anya nhihye foforo na mo target the poor within the next 10 years free SHS ni begu because once Enra pick story be a year wa Enra right omo no aduane no omo se aban ntuom ko mama aban 2 weeks so ntuom ko mbo tiagu mountain so ni ade and I think the Minister of Education call school by school what a prospectus are a big problem for parents ni ade nti media no shemu ama na hwe say do you think that free SHS policy need to be say but do you think that you need to take a real look at the policy to maybe target
we have to logistics a issue in Ghana enye MPP pension na yenya sa problems we on say yakase ade no potia ade no nyansa po ne so nanso maybe ye free ba aso man no opo enema bi ye constitution no ye mra fapem no ama obia obedi akonya na ase your hands are tied so
said na
these are issues a be affect ya ba bia
but when you say politically sometimes ya munso moye too irrational because John Boadu as he recalled me tie John Boadu Peace FM Kenoforiata ntina na mu crucify no kra me Kenoforiata said say I'm the finance minister I think this education system na dey ban here but yen omo betime tuantua because me Kenoforiata why should the country pay me my school fees John Boadu went on Peace FM and said say it's a party policy it's Kenoforiata nim nia oka this is the president policy party na agye atum say o man bia and now say outie asama Haruna Idrisu kan say I say we are trying to please everybody meanwhile there are people almost betumi afford na ma program na more sustainable But John Boadu rebutted even the finance minister who knew the coffers of the country.
That is the essence of politics. Your presidential, any party special initiatives in every regime, in every country. As much as members of the party doesn't even agree with the leadership.
Yeah.
You share the broader picture.
Yeah.
The Konoforata kind of true. But now me feel say Omani ni unse Ghana me no would me twa adwen cause your school no.
Yeah.
Me now I was a beneficiary of is it Bezos government scholarship?
Yeah.
Okay, school no.
Cocoa.
Yeah, these were meant for poor folks. Yes, these were meant for these were meant for poor folks coming from the cocoa enclaves. But I remember say it ended up going back to
the rich men.
To the rich men.
Yep, you're right.
And logistics in Ghana no a problem. And now Emrano the way I constitution no say obi to baby ya dia. Emrano chine kwa process to go him through no that should be some cry na baby.
Yeah.
And as Ken was saying it, no cry. But see how the koto ha. One more yes they will end up assessing the free of it. What I say? And Tiabanya Sapomno, Jenya Ngusa, as much as Minya the Sosuba, Oba, Kalusha Bane, Openi was and Bane Bayina, or go through no. That's okay. Any better than say, Yakasa Kalusha Bane go through, but rather no. For the social no mature and the man a use facility no. But I'm sure the bigger picture say. As much as I can, many are doing a good is all sound warning. That is how democracy is. Yeah. Aban will take it. Aban be sure. But yen tum say a yadepa.
Oh no, a depa the honor cracker.
Yen tum say Aban wo at the swadi who pan the adepaba. Yen tum say Abaya Bocano. What is the value for the money? The be me come say America credit a China car. America the car. The be a resident ceiling and I'm a wawuni chroma. Aban deka. If we say aban bi abedeka, because as much as you want to make the lives of the ordinary people better, what you say? Ultimate kasa me decide say me say abaya oba aban mu a otre empesua so ema afano nyina nya accessibility. Abaya oba aban mu o hese the energy sector and kania enyema hoden ejina ne na so in the midst of its challenges and crisis. Enra Joe Biden kure kasa ewo Canada no. Yeah. They are still referring to Ukraine and COVID. America and Canada one na yesu papa wase opo. Oman ben wa bobra ama ne nsa so na chi adware sen Canada and United States. But they are also accepting the fact say Ukraine ripple effects any COVID no. I give them nyina challenges. Eno nkyere say adwuma nkoso. But you can say challenges are you have done economics to that level that we all can be appreciative. Say your ripple effects of everything. But the American say in the midst of all that, you know, under no circumstances anywhere in Ghana, a juma be kuobi and as a society because say ya juma good because on Kanye naso.
Okay. I'm talking about policies. No more the next 5 minutes. Yes. Issue we it's
no.
So write all the topics.
I am very peaceful.
I'm moderating the show. Canada, Japan.
Maybe I'm more fear now. Did you matter?
No. My uncle.
Don't bring your NDC tactics here. This is not NDC platform.
No. I'll come. No. Say you have pen and paper before you. Okay. Canada, Japan say. You were talking about policies, Amodeba, and Kennedy say we just come out with policies without thinking. Or say MPP abano, and when somebody policy see ba, mo nwena ho, e bi ne ban of imported used cars, which he says he's against. Ni na kan bi na ama as a okoto enemies within his own party. You cannot bring a year to 5-year-old cars because VW is going to produce brand new cars in Ghana, because Nissan is going to produce brand new cars in Ghana. The direct tax we are losing through customs is more than anything in the country. Look at the number of people who are going to lose their jobs. How many jobs are these companies going to create? We didn't sit down to analyze all these things. We just come out with policies. Don't bring used cars without even giving it a thought.
Kenya Japan dream Fabisus me fi say or move too quick. So that intention about buying no necessarily banning all used cars. I think say like I was saying say Ghana you do be a car some no.
Tino. Ebia you understand
5-year-old car because VW is going to produce brand new cars in Ghana because Nissan is going to produce brand new cars in Ghana. And when I was arguing with one guy, he said, come out and let's debate. And when he started, I said, you see, because you don't work, you are sitting here as a minister, they give you money to chop. That's it. You don't know anything. And the way you are treating these traders, the direct tax through custom duties is more than anything in the country.
Exactly.
Look at the number of people that are going to lose jobs. How many jobs are these new companies going to create? We didn't sit down to analyze all these things. We just come out with policies. Don't bring used car. Just 2016 MPP, I bought 240 used pickups for campaign. Today you are in power. You are telling Ghanaians not to buy used pickups, used cars. First of all, what is the purchasing power of every Ghanaian in the country? How many people can afford brand new cars? What I expect the Minister of Trade to do is to tell the new companies to use Ghana as a hub, produce these new cars, and sell it to the African market. Because the Ghana market is so small, all these companies that are manufacturing brand new cars.
Okay. So, Kennedy,
I think this is an honorable man. Ghana MPP. Among you, Ukromupa. I think the truth of the matter is, under no circumstances, Ghana say you ban used cars. Also, used cars, no inverted commerce, no. Maybe if you say, what you say, so Kotamahabo, can't be na the rate of decomposition, no. I tell me say used a accident near them. I na a beyond repair secakra. Also, used cars, no, to say pick up or no kind. I don't think it's set. Per me understand.
The policy now normally ban they say 1 to 5 year cars.
Exactly. But they make can say in a bigger picture, then VW no direction to me fee say be a Yebeka se be a more bin for car ma o man.
Oh, that's what they said. See a produce cars.
Not saying you know idea dance say cars or produce in Ghana and averagely ni percent quite a bit more for.
That's the point. That's why
it make us say they all can make sense. But me feel say Sebi woma yemra no wo so ye me no wa enyina ennuanom to omu nim situation me ade ba ko a me hwe se ye pese ye discourage the extreme cars na very very badly in accident form no on say cars no bebre ho e ba bedru Ghana o de call company swami a opose utie me wo mutumi fa kwan bi so hwehwe ne kakra but enche na asan create major problems on the street because car no bi wo ho me no na idea dance say ye friend say okoto no junkyard me say junkyard auctioneer I say, why do you also the coffee or bit? True, most of the cars no akwa ankura microphone the be here juma. But do by bibi no matter say the obey no and am kwan so ana a top or two mu krompa udie. Na aside the problem na bana e faso kukunipa. I hope the government will look into what he's saying. I also appeal to him say, and then maybe see our can nyansasem kese. He's a ranking member in parliament.
On defense, yeah.
On defense, and I think then, yes, yeah. And or your ranking member, and if he say, or akwanya bebre say nyansapon kese say no say mpanyimfo mpo kana wunya membo ni bia, you have to have a wonderful discussion with them. Or access to the office of the president, all the other departments of government. And say me ya na otie sa ro de bejira bontin car. As much as it makes him very popular, which I know say or no the way to near communication with the public outside the party no on sansu nyamre so now on the party mpanyimfo any parliament mpanyimfo enwe ho I will support 100% to say samra no omwa na yenyim free ho na ordinary Ghanaian emfa ne ho na yenya access a bit to improve economy no and I think say he's a great guy people loves him so much na me mo ne ho ban na this one
presidential hopeful
no there I think it's premature. And I
so print.
But me feel say
I'm hopeful
and no crab bro they come but me feel say enya dia say be prejudice we be ka say omfata se bibia I mean the obegina bia no party no bet nyame ye na dom na onya akwanya so be lead MPP a party no be di nachi but the ye can say eya na onim panyimfo nhia na
e wo dem
enya say da mumpo obetuma in the public but then oma ne ranking member in parliament you know platform say be ma the all can change no abamu more than say all play to the interest of Paul Soso any Opo national no man say be he's a great guy, we love him so much.
Okay. Franco Bruno, as usual. Paul Soso, so generally you look at Ghana is not poor, not there, no one. Now wash Mahama. Minimum or back has been able to make in course. Sentina me Ghana because man Ghana is not poor no Bruno Di Jabo. And one person or back I'll give you but Mahama so story be Waslama Akufo-Addo new appointment to the EC calls for amendment of the process. It may be some problem ni saying with the EC. Why are you so much fixated on EC ID card? Mo pesa mo ye bibi nti musuro se mo ntumi nyana. But before that, first and first.
You me that say, but no amount of mafia move away and Anopa would change my mind to expose the lies and the propaganda. Bruno, I hear away about this studio. You see, Bruno tried to speak and then
go a little bit away from me.
No. Bruno tried to Bruno was trying to speak and most of statement or the submission in Chokwan will try. One can carry back.
So
and I'm going to say and I'm going to speak too fast. Yeah. Let's start by talking about power issues. Look, one of the big problem of this super incompetent
electrical power now can doom son
okay. One of the biggest problem of this super incompetent, aimless, visionless, directionless president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, which my brother Bruno is part of it, is that they lack taking responsibility. This power issue, let's interrogate this power issue. From Nkrumah time until 2004, 2008, when we started having power issue, His Excellency Kofoba, he got generators to amend or to augment the problem. This problem is as a result.
A sub power station.
I will appreciate it if you let me flow.
No, sir. Allow Bruno to flow. No. May the bishop na say Bruno na me stop no.
You allow me to flow.
No, sir. Me can also wanya hwe generators not to. Ntina me the bishop mu ama ye kai ho yesua de.
I am saying, say, the power issue no since Kwame Nkrumah time, ABC the time we had issue of doing so no. We never did anything to increase our power generation. Predecessors of Mahama, that's His Excellency Atta Mills, Kufuor, and Rawlings time, they tried to manage the issue. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama can say, I, Dramani John Mahama, I will fix the issue. And I'm saying one of the problem of this super incompetent government that Bruno is part of it, they lack taking responsibility on issues that are befalling the country. When Mahama took that responsibility, yes, we went through a lot of difficulty with doing so, but we fixed doing so. We fixed doing so before 2016, before we handed over. That's number one. Number two, all kinds of say, and Mama moving inflating costs and a bridge. Let me put it on fact. Say, you see, it's unfortunate. Say Bruno, as learned as I know he is, okay, he's repeating the lies that Akufo-Addo told the good people of Ghana. Akufo-Addo catch a Ghana for say the Kasua Bridge no said Mahama inflating cost no, and he took a member of an MPP member of parliament to come out who is a quantity surveyor to set the record straight. Say, I've forgotten the name, but if, one member of parliament of MPP, when Akufo-Addo say Mahama inflate the cost of the Kasua project, no, he took an MPP member of parliament on record to tell them, say, it is not true. Mahama never inflated the cost, and Bruno just repeated the lies that Akufo-Addo told the good people of Ghana. You see, these people, they will never learn and they will not learn. They are a bunch of dumb people. They don't understand.
No. You can. No. Dumb people. No.
But you see, this.
No.
It's a friendly fire.
Yeah.
But you see, Oprah was sitting here and Bruno said, we borrowed and he didn't say anything about it.
No. Or see, or the make example.
What's the difference between Nyansa and Deb? What's the difference between the them?
No.
No. Do you admit that Oka said Bruno said Yentika
Nyansapo. Right. I think Bruno used the word nyansapo.
What's the difference between nyansapo and a damp? What's the difference?
No, damp. They're not just
okay. Let me use the word. Let me use the word.
You can't even think.
Okay, I'm trying to say that this government, they are full bunch of, ignorant people. Is that okay?
Yeah, ignorant is okay.
Now let's take the fact. Yes, Wilson made a statement say Abembia Boka, and the fact is the fact. Look, from Kwame Nkrumah time to the time NDC was leaving power, now Ghana they cap 120 billion Ghana cedi. Now I will drill down to from Mohammed's time 2012 to 2016. Now Mohammed Fisuno, Mohammed Boka 54 billion Ghana cedi. Then I come Mohammed borrow here. Okay, out of that 54 billion Ghana cedi, the international airport I mean you have to do Ghana now. Now the Nyaji not or Gigi Itiano is part of it. The Circle Dubai Bridge, no case of we are moving for this cost. It's part of it. The Legon Hospital is part of it. The Dodo Hospital. I can mention project upon project. 54 billion. John Mahama borrowed here from 2012 to 2014 or the year. Now, let's come to this government. When Nanado took over the reign of power,
in short, what back to say Bruno.
More
inflated project.
No, and I'm saying, and it's on record, and the neutral person sitting here, it took an MPP MP.
No, say one project.
Say one project. If that project, he mentioned the bridge. That's why I'm talking about that.
Oh, and I'm seeing
and so I've proved that Bruno is a liar. That's number one. Number two.
I would have taken that more if you gave me the name of that MP because I wanted to research.
Unfortunately, I can research it. I can research it after that. And by
the name of the MP.
Number two. From
producer is checking. Maybe producer can find
2012 to 2014. If Obia borrow 54 billion, the yes project win now. Now to anaka say nyama ya anye no nyansam sky boy di anye ya fanya nyasa nyama bia. It's unfortunate. What are the facts as we speak? Opo.
Yes, sir.
From 2017, when this super incompetent president Nanado and his vice president Nanado ko jina platform so can say the US nyansa nyina team which we are not even seeing it. From 2017 to date, okay, from 2017 to date, Omar borrow over 455 billion Ghana cedi. What the become 120 now, Mahama, 120 now down, son of Mahama hand over now. Ghana's debt is now 575 billion Ghana cedi. Out of this debt, no, John Mahama borrow 54 billion. Or the Messi airport, I renovate airport, or to be Messi hospitals, or to be DSC bridge. Ask Bruno say 455 billion or more Bruno. What can he account for? That's number one. Number two, do you know that this government is the most luckiest government, Wilson, in the history of the Fourth Republic? Why am I saying so, Bruno? As of 2017 to Ene, as we speak, the total money about scheme here is 820 billion Ghana cedi. Out of the 820 billion Ghana cedi, no, 455 billion yes, you borrow here. Then taxes and non-taxes. Okay? Taxes and non-taxes that came to the country, okay? Taxes and non-taxes, tax to 4 was 383 billion Ghana cedi. What can they show for? You see, we come to sit here to educate our listeners.
And
so for Bruno to come and sit, that's why I'm coming there. For Bruno to come and sit here, someone borrowing 54 billion Ghana cedi, ultimately a year developmental project. I'm a borrow 455 billion Ghana cedi. There's nothing to show about. The only thing that you can show about is KK party and Watcher party at the Ministry of Finance. No, they come and sit here and throw dust in the eyes of listeners.
Bruno Ochantro. Also say 450 something billion.
55 billion or more borrowed. You should tell me how have they used the money for? I want to know.
So
I want to know.
Okay.
He should tell me. I've been able to mention some projects that we use the money for.
Okay.
So for him to state on this show, say yeah borrow, and he lied, or say and I'll move borrow scandal. You see, Bruno is so smart, and I know Bruno. He's my brother. He was once a part of the NDC, and he got out of the NDC, so I know him very well. For him to become a city, he tried to play the mystic, not mention the figures.
That to keep him
you
mute
understand?
or what?
I'm not keeping him mute. I am not keeping him mute. He's using the fact. You see, when he was talking, he refused to mention figures. But I have exposed him this afternoon. Say, their government, the most responsible, the most indisciplined, the most irresponsible, the most indisciplined.
So the words can come clear.
The most irresponsible, the most indisciplined, the most corrupt, the most inept, the most nepotistic government ever in the history of the Fourth Republic. As we speak, oh man, no shit. As we speak, they were making a lot of noise. Bruno Kahon, they were chastising the NDC.
Topic
no, because Bruno is trying to expose. I'm trying to expose the lies Bruno told on the show.
Or start on the topic, not build it by.
I'm building on it, so allow me to learn. So for me, we are talking about inefficiency in governance. The NPP is nowhere the record that the NDC has set.
Okay.
And number two, for us to be talking about Ghana is rich, yes,
we are.
That one we all admitted. I came here admitted that we are rich, but it's the management. And today we have the most indisciplined, the most corrupt, and the most, visionless president.
It's only from the president you are describing. That's why we are
the president and the vice president who are in charge. What did we hear? They've misappropriated over 820 billion Ghana cedis. What do they have to show? So we say, yeah, Kasa, this election, the world has gone into a place where we are in the global village, okay? What means so now fat are fat, and it is there for everybody to see. That is why social media is helping to expose the incorrupt and the inept of this super incompetent government. I am saying, say, Ghana is truly a rich country. As we speak, we have a president, Uti Abainsu, Uti Akunyaso, an attorney, auditor general, in a report, has stated has indicted some of your appointees. Instead of you waiting for the public account committee to sit on the issue and look into the issue, he has gone to clear them as usual. On the he always clear people in his government. And this is what Bruno is supporting. This is very disappointing.
Asama only Bruno Inamuka, when you say no na Wilson car say Munina Muba. We bow see we disca. We bow we see we disca.
You see?
Into a problem leaders because Attorney General dia Auditor General dia okay. Under Mahama. A lot of Auditor General report came out for embezzlement. Nothing was written. Nothing was done. So the same song.
It's not the same song. It's not the same.
Auditor General report
and Mahama, some money was retrieved. And let me even state on record. And Mahama, he gave up his own member of parliament, Abu Gapeli. I think he was released last year. Yeah, he went to jail. At least this super incompetent president we have, which Bruno is part of, they should give one of their own out. As we speak,
someone indicted you be so far now.
Now you better I indicted you. They are in power. It's the Attorney General of the state that has the power to prosecute people who have offense or done anything against the state. Now, if or no he has refused to do it, then I bet me.
I was to say the Wilson ye. Say NDC to say who feels so enough ground say me wabam me disca. Once you pick a lawyer, you can take me to court. Once I be to
Opo, let's stop being mischief and stop being...
No, I'm just telling you, sir, apart from say more power, no, there are other processes. I'm just...
Opo, that's what I'm saying. Let's stop being mischief over here. We know how the legal system in Ghana, when you go to the judiciary, we all know.
You don't believe the judiciary system?
Please, let's put those people aside. Let's talk about, what we can all do to help the country. And these CSOs, who are even talking and all those stuff, I can assure my brother Wilson that those cases that they are working on, if you go to court, it won't end anywhere.
But Mami Misa said
it won't end anywhere.
If you think that way, is it not a serious threat to our existence and our being? Because
it's a very serious threat. It's a very serious threat. Because it has been infiltrated. Example, as we speak today,
against people.
Nobody used them against people. As we speak today, 2 of the Supreme Court justices that Anado has appointed are well-known members of the MPP one of them have even stood on a ticket to become an MP. Why do you do that?
Why do you do that?
Mami
Miso Assembly. Say Mahama Betinaso and Mahama Tisono. If he had the opportunity to appoint a Supreme Court judge, will he appoint an NPP card-bearing member?
Opo, he's not supposed to appoint an NPP nor an NDC. They are neutral people, okay? There are neutral people in the country, a lot of people who are neutral, who have not shown their political affiliation. This gentleman sitting here has not shown his political affiliation.
No, Paul, maybe sound say, to say Donald Trump appointed lady a friend said, "Don't go to Supreme Court."
the late
Demo they say obi anim.
Yeah.
Don't Democrats for oppose strongly.
Of course.
Say a Republican.
Of course.
But the Kotsina konwa so ade o appointee na san de asem ko dan no. Maybe original integrity so bogui. Enti mo my build society because Ghana say okay say obepe because neutral person because no go akotena be wie te say dey na Wilson ka ibetimi ato no te say the CSO so all ya to be mu.
Opo, I understand and appreciate what you are saying. Yeah. But it's only in Ghana whereby the black book dictionary definition supersede what is in our constitution, and it's all happening in the Supreme Court of Ghana. It won't happen in this country. It will never happen in this country. As much as whoever appointed you, they will make sure that the constitution of the country is taken as number one priority.
Supreme Court
because of the things they've done. Because of the things they've shown. Look. I just want to say me time. You came to sit here and try to throw that and have exposed you. Say number one. Okay. Sorry. The question again. Look, how can a whole Supreme Court of Ghana, okay, rule say birth certificate, okay, birth certificate, identify you when you were born, where you born, say it cannot be a valid document for you to be used? How can that happen? This country, you are. I don't know whether you are a US citizen or whatever it is. At least umbano US citizens. Umbano want to know. Me the umba US citizens. Birth certificate. Do you think when you take the birth certificate to any institution in this country, it should not be recognized? It will be recognized. So why in Mother Ghana? It's only in Mother Ghana whether the Supreme Court says it's not the recognized certificate. I'll give you an example.
No. But let me also give you this point. So what the Ghana they are not to do because I had so what be the question? Let me answer. I had ya no. Na ya dia ko engumam.
Opo we will get
there. Ghana also they are not
building a day. We will get there. We are putting infrastructure in place now. They have a data center. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Then the news coming in and boss Wilson, the voting in Parliament, right, has commenced. Yeah.
Okay.
With regards to
the ministers.
Maybe we'll be able to get.
So I've been able to tell at least one. Number two is the same Parliament of the Supreme Court of Ghana that can say passport. Okay. Passport now I heard your friend is saying, how do you call it?
Ghana card.
The Ghana card supersede even passport. So if you have a Supreme Court in Ghana whereby they don't see the future, they are just thinking about the interests of their political party, this is what happened. For me, I am saying and I'm stating over here, say Bruno and his party are the most inept, corrupt, the most nepotistic government ever in the Fourth Republic. Okay. Why am I saying so? The 455 billion Ghana cedi no more borrow no, including that over 300 and something billion or 820 billion now money no. What have they done? He should tell me. I'm not changing numbers. I've never changed numbers. 820 billion including taxes, non-taxes and income more borrow no, for the past 6 years no. Bruno should tell your listeners. You know mutumi aye. The mutumi this kind of yarn is omudi edi wache. Ono mudi edi kenke.
I will tell them.
The mutumi di yarn say omutumi edi apesie anybody here. Enter amidu a whole person that have been appointed to be a special prosecutor no. They want to extend even to bribe the person. That's why the person left left government and resigned. So these people, when I talk about corruption, Martin Amidu resigned because the finance minister was trying to induce him and he refused. That's why he resigned. That's a record. It's a fact. And this is sort of people we have in government. Nanado your opinion bia or your penny, but the most recklessness ever in the history of the Fourth Republic is under his government. And they have been the government that has borrowed recklessly with nothing to show about.
Mama Misao, maybe some Mahama issues no quickly. Now we are Mama Bruno Sarbatina any of course no. Mahama say Akufo-Addo appointment to the EC on Nyadwe and we call for amendment of the process. And NDC MPs in Parliament are also objecting
the Supreme Court judges.
Supreme Court judges.
It's the same story. You see, as much as we are building
I think you've already spoken to the Supreme Court.
As much as we are building a nation, look, whether you like it or not, everybody in Ghana has a political affiliation. But
no, hold
on, I'm coming. If you have not shown it, okay, that is all we are asking for. Opo, what I know your political affiliation, okay, but maybe Wilson might not know. Maybe let's assume you are in Ghana and nobody know your political affiliation, and you are appointed as a Supreme Court judge, and you go through the process. Nobody have qualms with it. Nobody have issues with it. But so far as you have exposed yourself to the public.
Mama yen dwene nipa no adwuma obeye say obetumi di integrity aye adwuma dan because Chrome has said
this country's democracy is over 300 years.
Because everyone say
democracy don't compare Ghana to America.
No, so Bev said to compare.
Don't compare Ghana's democracy to America's democracy.
What's a birth certificate to the Ghana compare America?
But the best to compare, I'm talking about the democracy practice. They have practiced the democracy for over 300 years. So they are putting a lot of checks and balances in place to get of that. Okay. So are you telling me, these two, there are three appointees to the Electoral Commission. Two of them are not MPP people. You want it to remain like that? And let's assume if they go there and they want to be honest and they want to put their integrity at stake and make sure. Do you think if they do anything, we will complain? Whatever they will do, we will have a cause to complain because they've given us a cause to complain because we know.
Will there be any appointment that the government will do at NDC Becca say you're okay, or will there be any appointment to the EC?
Some appointment that
MPP so because
there's some appointment
just like Gima said it's the same songs number.
It's not the same song.
Charlotte said by MPP Dina Temwa Kennedy Japan Cracker said what are the two akwaji position.
It's not the same song.
Mensa by NDC same. So it's like
Oppo, it is not the same song. I am saying there are people, okay, there are three judges that are being looked at. Why is it that we are raising issue on two, not the third one? Because the third one, nobody knows his political affiliation. These two judges that we are talking about, we know their political affiliation. They've shown their face. They've exposed themselves to the political, environment of the country. That is why we are opposing it. So for me, I am saying, nobody saying Akufo-Addo don't have the right to appoint Supreme Court justices. We are saying that he should do it using at the best of his knowledge, being fair, being transparent, being honest to himself. Appointing party apparatchiks to take those positions are dangerous to the country. And if these things continue and NDC comes to power and we appoint somebody like Eduji, we will see what Bruno will come and do. You see, something that is wrong is wrong, that is right is right. It is wrong for you to appoint non-party people to take such positions. They are neutral people, civil society people who have not don't align to any political party. Appoint those people and nobody will have issues.
So that is why more issues no.
Yes.
Okay. Bruno also what then
only shika.
No. I just mean with too time. Say they make turn it upside down. It kind of Ghana constitution.
Osimwa boka pa dia na mu dia.
Oh, e kan dey
450 something.
Onim say e kan no.
Asi dia na mu dia.
Onim say e kan no. Onim say
455 including sika bo mo abayi nsem nya 820
me can be ana.
Out of the 820 billion no. Taxes and non-taxes. Tax on muji one say. It is that one amount is
no, also 450 something.
Hold on.
Oh, time no call. What can maybe some question?
No. I am saying say since 2017 to date, okay, sika aba abayi nsem 820 billion. Out of the 820 billion no. 383 billion is from taxes and non-taxes. And as you come Marco free borrowing money is 455 billion.
Okay.
Let's say the record.
Bruno
Yango. Ghana for you na dance. Sabi ye no. Momu dey 54 na mo ye. Mo cry car mo sign the judge. We 54 na car mo sign the bet to achi no. Ye no part of it momu debt na ye service. E kana mu bogu ho no. I said o service debt. And the debt servicing a part of why the money is really.
But no, more failing to pay in recent times. Ghana,
of course.
Obo
say I don't know ye kase. And the major wa catch say ye cry the yes tennis or no omo yes tennis shock bia.
That's a lie.
No. Oh, Bacho, Umeba
Bruno,
Makasa.
no man in Casane.
And then my year, baby, say me no Edim Komo. Oh, my goodness.
Those are external.
And then I'm going to stand the truth say.
It's not that you are lying.
Why is it the fact, sir? Said the chairman was Supreme Court to say the results of crowd no anymore. That is the way you are behaving. We have a party at Muchaman Court to say, no, listen. No, let me. Oh,
Bruno Casa.
Now, oh, mommy, listen.
Bruno Casa.
What Casa?
Paul, Yanko.
You had external shocks.
Minya to boss. I don't know Kaka Krebia now panic say.
Because you are lying to the.
I'm not behaving like I say Lunketia who said he doesn't even have his own results. What I say. And so let me go with my point. I say Momo no crowd when you external shocks no Ghana ni bia dia dance send the cell phone crowd no ntimi charge. Modi na kakra na musu mode bob bra no. Akola crowd na mabonten crowd toy crowd be dia grow dem crowd po wo the share say charge crowd nya adwuma. So that is the best fact to say 54 billion no crowd there. E go right into the drain because Ghana ni bia nim resource ama to aba yinya the one of the largest explosive resource ever in the history of the Fourth Republic. So yam fa no nto. I want to tell you, sir, we are servicing them. Especially. Maboko for car power plant. Let me say opoi. As Honorable Wilson said, Yakoyo mana, Sebi, ye need a Japadia bia, pay mismanagement as a nation. Yentimin generate income biara, Sebi previous and Kaya de Bobra. And Yakoya Srena Edi. And we are not running away from that fact. Yeah. I wish like MPP could have done something different which we are not doing different. Yeah. We are all in a boka. But a cano a cano. Say Obi ko boka. Say be opposed to no be akwa toka na boka and engine si abontini ntwiaka no mie. Say cano gusutua. Mo apart from doing so mo sakofa car power plant be sin so. Bosuo mi bia no ye twia $1 million. Say crap per interest rate no. Adru by $7 million. Etosu bi em no 54 billion ya okay no. Mo kwaje bosia no se atwa ho interest. Oh boy, 54 billion crash only 44% interest crash to since motam bezin na. Sika no crash say. A debt no 284 billion no crash as irresponsible debts amomo ko boy ya mo sande be edum so. You went in to borrow money to come and use it to punish Ghanaians. I have friend edum so. Momo time na do so back Ghana. That's also established fact. My main case me sure quickly about electoral commission appointees na pick your callers. Me no we don't know empty vessel to mean spend the time. But you cannot buy one casado. Oh yes sir. What I'm saying is
no me for course me we na mama
Sir Ghana ni bia oye di hye bia no oye Ghana ni. Opoy constitution ni ma ye ho akwanya say. Oman no mu no say bi obi oye Ghana ni bia na dwemu da ho no. The for process no ma is ultimate appointment. Like I supported Honorable Wilson say, yeah, institutions near laws to be or there be a make say yen share that yen system kakra. Say constitution need to me share no then say anya bia obi timi kura be di adanse. Also kwa advanced countries say timi mamre bi say oh objection be a about somebody say constitution ni kasa about these appointments and ka be me de. And ka de wo allege say or your MPP card bearer member. Nka be me de say e be yin free. But akwaya Ghana need this year. Seven previous only pan be adwuma Ghana. Yeah. Electoral commissioners kro mo to aba. Only say yentimi scrutinize omo enye omo thorough investigation ye hu ba bi kro mo aleni to. The fact is say hu obi so kita card and I say all call for election chese na odokra on paper to be nsin obi. Some of the Supreme Court judges Don Mahama appointed. Some of the people who are working in electoral commission on the side Sule. There's one Sule there I think who came through the NDC ranks. Me no me the adwen here say ye nim the party affiliation. Ebia na onye oni card opo tie me. Nanso deep inside him no the affiliation with the party no. Eye a supersede obi kura wako contest for elections. Enti yenye ntum sese ye kase ye say opo national amri bi wako stand elections so ha. Na say owo akwanya wonim de say otimi ye adwuma ne ye mfa mano a. Opo man ne ye nko nanim. Etoso biem. There are more than 38,000 polling stations in Ghana as of today. More than 38,000 polling stations. Can these wonderful people omokoye adwuma ebetimako polling station be akọ change results no? What I will advise you the NDC is mun training mu polling agents. Mun pe omo ye very educative. Obi a sabi omo wo ngumo mu nyansa. Na afesusu no omo nim how to work
ngumamu
nimdie. Na afesu how they can work under pressure.
I'm happy that you
because in 2020 elections no the BR say some of your calculators were not even working. when the people
that
were.
That is not true.
And these are facts. And no, there's some when ye. And near Akandia and Litwaba. Obi Kwako Twaba, a common name, calculator crowd nibi. Sabi only medium or they pompale.
So you are lying to throw.
No. So Mama microphone yes, I didn't hear him. You will even need to worry about electoral commissioner.
Lies.
Meaning what I say, you will even need to worry about electoral commissioner. Because you don't they control all the polling agents. What I say, and you know, my now I say now, Paul, and now you're friendly fire. Welcome, let me see you. Africa, Ati.
I was in your focus, but I don't know. So, Nanka Memo, quite crafter. And Baba Sokas, and I can be answered. 508-304-9394, 508-304-9394. Calls Nibi, callers Nibi crowd. So. Sister, if you are about to say your first caller, into a few minutes.
Internet is just one or two things being an ampesem street. The kind Namibra can say in Ghana na black law dictionary. It take you precedence over constitution. Of course, it be because of my background. It is just a form of information.
Yeah, as a lawyer.
And I'm sure you are referring to Supreme Court judges. No, in fact, that reference had nothing to do with the constitution. It wasn't about the constitution. Okay. Black law dictionary is also recognized as an authority when you are arguing in court. Just they may make you reference to their past case. You can also make reference to black law dictionary. But the constitution supersedes all of it. Yeah. Into that reference had nothing to do with the constitution. That's not what happened.
But at the Supreme Court judgment, a judgment whereby the Chachiketa was, trying to get the electoral commission.
Paul Maniantem na callers. Yeah, callers ni bia gina so ache.
Yeah, we were talking about about external shocks that has taken place. Just a brief information. Now, in the mid 50s and 60s under Nkrumah, we had an external force or attack or shock. The Vietnam War took place around that time. Now, in the late 80s under Ankara, we have the Biafra War. Nigeria war that took place. Now, early 80s under my former president, Liman, Iran-Iraq war took place around that time. Now, when we talk about Rawlings' time, we had in the 90s, we had the Gulf War also taking place there. Now, when we talk about even Kofor's time, in the 2000s, we had the Iraq war that took place there. When you talk about the 2011 under Atta Mills, we had the Libya war that took place. When we talk of the John Mahama's time
administration
2014, that was the first time Iraq actually attacked Ukraine. Russia attacked Ukraine. This war that is taking place now under His Excellency Akufo-Addo, it is actually the second attack that is happening. The point I'm making is whether external shocks or no external shocks, if you have your structures put in place very well, it will not and it should not affect. And that's what we should be looking at. The most important thing, again, that we should also be looking at is about the appointments. Look, whether Supreme Court judge, whoever judge, the bottom line, and the first time by Mekai, I said the 92 Constitution, it's a political constitution.
Yeah.
It was built to protect politicians. That's why almost all powers are vested in just one person, the president.
Yep.
It is not, the argument should not be about who holds party card or who doesn't hold party cards. The argument should be about how appointments should be made.
Yeah.
And we should focus on restructuring. After what? Under Atta Mills. Me start and me catch you say, I was holding a national position in PNC.
Yeah.
And then I stopped partisan politics for a long time. When I was holding a national position, the then General Secretary of PNC, Scott Poorman, he was appointed, he's currently one of the Supreme Court judges. And he was appointed under Atta Mills.
Wow.
A general secretary of a political party. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So it is not an issue of appointments or whether the person holds card or doesn't hold. Your argument should be on why is it that we are not reviewing the 92 Constitution so that the structures will be put in place. Yeah. And yes, sir, this argument, it will be back and forth
every day.
And it will never go in. And I'm happy, sir, even the Electoral Commission, you made reference.
Yeah.
Charlotte Mensah, people talked about it. Charlotte Osei, people talked about it. The current one, people are talking about it. So the issue, Amadou Sule and all that.
Yeah.
So look, me, those days I was doing partisan politics. I will tell you some meetings I may call, now Amadou Sule was part of. You'll be surprised. I get in it. So for me, it is not about who holds party card, who doesn't hold party card. Let me make it sure, say, the right structures are put in place. And yes, sir, Ghana will never go anywhere.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Wilson, anti-crusader, of course, and consultant. Okutia Ketasishane Proye from Ghana, and Obesrai. The time Nisa Encho Bekobuzavo, Hiamwapa, Iti Ejabrefa. Nana dear woo and everybody listen. Oh here people like that. Here say abuano na mutumi abuai Emma Ghana jine. This are the Bia Bruno and Paul Disosu. We back accuse you, no accuse you, so nothing comes out. Yensha calls now say 508304939 Gold Coast Catering Services. A text of excellence. 8 Blackstone River Road. Edwin Papa pa nifie. Anyhow, yadibi so Emma Asamas Trading, Dem Auto Repairs, Dr. Kwabi Scientific Care, and Afi Anochikrum Restaurant, Kumasi Market, Ubia Sia, Amuso Etayachi, Dream Africa Market, and of course, Faith Marketplace. Sister Fia, free Sunyan, Fia Pre Court Nachi Hope, only a first caller on the show today. Yes, Antoa, Apumti saying, Sister Fia.
Opo me maju.
Ya Joshua Biam, my uncle.
Opo me cha opa na members ni nyina titi MPP ni Bruno encha kasi ankoma pa na NDC ni no so kakra bi na enkoma no opo NDC ni me kasa kunya mu ka mo se ekupo do abai na opisia bebre awa mo opisia NDC apen so opisia na Yaka enema otimi ye NDC for business baby NDP so by yansu for business but yeah this na ya boy no aya business say e ya di business na ye ye de yan kan kwachi ye di trade go e be cancel business ni na opo it no o sa bro fu no ba ada fu ye ko du no ba fa ye fa so ani so ma ye ko no mo ti sa e no ko no mo mai di. And then Ghana for your and yes, where the first I am standing back. Yes, ready, I say, and I did actually your mind is a young as I said, and I did say, Bruce, your Paka, Bagana say, get almost Babadayaka. And to be
Ibrahim Ukasa Phonechi, Ibrahim Ukasa Phonechi, when we are made you a free Ibrahim. Sauba now be Kasasa and Bacho. Mute yourself. Why? If you are a mamma.
Oh, dedication now, fire, Papa. And I did as someone walk and say, dedication, better 10 years now, good afternoon. A collapse, Opo, everything yes now, good afternoon. I'm out of Paduana, the Omo Marco. Said yes. Person and that is the one and education. And then I say how for you benefit.
Okay. Okay.
You know, capacity, who goes to say, Abema, they say, well, just take on education. It is a 10 years time that it would have Ghana. I think we are Ghana boy and once the highest science. It's the Ghana Yapon, a swap and fast. I'm a Ghana for okay. Alan Cash, Yuma, I'm a young why. That's
okay, Sister Fianza Abekono, Communications Director MPP Franco Bruno Simen Kanjo say June. Obewo Sunyan. Inti obeba begina fia pre court natural pay show. Inti ubeten in June. Why? Was obeba Ghana into be show. But Imano
my card my card
okay. Anna Imano Wilson say Menganjo say why are dear pa buy watch your politicians ni mienu onu de ogina mfimfin nti wanchi anokra what da say why okay what da say Unity Radio 1039 ima wase fa channel wase omo mienu di jabe face so ntingana we ya view kakra enti fa channel. Okay, the next person on the line is Ibrahim apom ti say
opo mi ho ya pa ya shase wa kirua munti
I must start here chiriya I am pa yanko mainti o
kramofona mu America nyina ya chewo bibia kramofona ho nyina ya chewo mu na yembo abaso sɛ unya do ema yesu yetimi ba bekire ya agene nyame nka ho na nyame nhyɛ no nkyerɛ wo na menkia malicho ani kalusia ani minia na ɛwɔ hɔ no ma mekia na kase pa mbibi ni sɛ ɔkia na kitwa mekia na kase pa na papa Bruno de kitwa bi nkɔma no na ɔmo nkɔfa da kutabamia na ɔmo fa na do nka ho na ɔmo pɛsuro so a ɔmo fa lankachi nka ho na ɔmo fa ɔmo fɛnyɛ EC boss coming 2024 election ombelusu mesi ɔmo fa Dr. Bamia na ɔmo fa mampanyin nka ho na ɔmo pɛso ɔmo fa lanka ho coming 2024 25 ombelusu apo kache
ɔmo ate ni nyina ɔmo ti
aha na mina sister fia say free HS no ɛyɛ de papa na no fofo na first ɔmo kɔ no free na soro hofo no nya bi obi ani wa okasa tie free HS na free HS no kura mpo no sɛ ba mi akobi meboa ba mi akobi enti no problem bi ya ni ho by the only thing is say no free HS no ye wo ha wo Ghana ha sɛ unu sɛ ugo nkola be treya uto buku nkwa 21 million kanisika 2001 sɛ unu sɛ de nkola omukɔ amasi sɛ ye to buku nkola buku nkwa ye to nguwo nkola mensa ukuta mu 21 million kanisika currently 2001 and then na make say enti se free kesi ba na mudi be kuye na nyamfa so bia na mudi bre na kanifo na omukɔ bi free no enu ho ani bre enti na mudi ba de na mudi be kuya na mudi fa complete na mutom buku abode na maya mu mfa mba kora nkaye na opo mimbisa se uno neba opo mimbisa wo se uno uko free chess se unko free chess
Debbie
one go school se wa go school
bacho
obi anso ma mu se mu mfa free chess mbe haye mu na mudi ba na muntimi nye na ma niye ene e ka kira mu se nema na mudi agu kwan no se se na enye ande wu nim se PTA ande okuta kola 5 2800 22
koshe figure ni Ibrahim ya dasi koshe figure ni Mate ode mami nkona obi from Brawai okay that's okay nana ojambo ama obuase Pimsan TV general manager nana pomti say
ya mejo suti me ho ya mejiri so mo tumo ho ye
ya ho e Kalusha say ma ma guy name no ntine buofu eja openufo
one is bo
Kalusha osisad Kalusha na beka de Kalusha na beka
no Martin also be Bagana June omra na ese na kimano god on the news of the because na ke Bagana I don't so for mpe e no de asa ba o
enti Bruno de obepe
me face na obepe pa
Bruno's main ganjos on pass him na iriti program no ate on pass him bia
gade Bruno you say na ma bro ne de so if you ba fofo mi akanti mu nti ba ro nya botre
Ghana for the terms eja me ngwe na de eja wanya de obekani wo
Minti ano chitu ga no chipo so na se bi sada so da hotel. Minti ano bi jafo nya o le se fi akia NDP ni NDC ni ka bi social commentator no ka so ma minti ano ma che o nyina na me ka nyina so bo na mi busa question bi ye ka bo sia bo mo na mo abruche enti America for one bomb bi sia mo de chitu mu kro obo ma bi nya bi pa bi se ye to idea natural resource bia yobi ese kura no asase bia no me no me na no ni nkofo kwe say limestone kura say pi ono ma or limestone say pi ha no clinker 100 bia enti bi say ye peni fo ni timi hyehyɛ anema enso akwam ama ye timi ye de ye ho so ni nya abesia bona ye bobo bebe o say Hello.
Nana.
Obo.
Sir.
Eti nyame America nya say ebebebu a ababi obeba no beka say me south me chire dwale ni ame se me niam sa ban ayewu ala produce ma so de ba so be die nyuma me ya nyuma wa ya ha eniam abrofu ni ohonu ma omo manufacture cars ni niam niam yo so ya se bu ha no ni ya ni ma ye eti mi nyua bulu na me age so omo beboa ti sababra mo make ko mo bu no mo so kan no actually Ghana for me aso abaramba you allow produce matin no obu kwatu mi no di amaye enti eno se papa no storm credit no be bi ewu obi ko ya abia ayi fa so fo aka sade no omo ye adwuma bi ho no mo e se ti mo a time no ti se ne me se a ka mo tumi ka ko pe amena me ka tire mo nko kira nko a so atiase ye da ho le to no na be no ka bra wonye engineer oye economic management expert wonye engineer wonye ai wo aso so ye ko person for any engineer for so kan wo ko buzu do tumi ka ka pe na mai sabo tutu
okay yeah that's it
the bi
yeah, that's it. You Bema Nana Jambo Ama Sankofa from Accra. We are not Titiko. Sankofa Mbacho for Fin Cry. Hey Sankara, sorry, Sankara. Hey, is it there? Sankara Kwana Missana Sankofa. Sankara Mbacho. Oh, Kafra. Sankara for free fine. Adenta. Bruno si Obaba Ghana June ti Adenta hwenenim. Eze osi sunyan hwenenim oboase hwenenim Adenta nso hwenenim. Mayengo.
Bu the family kanja ira la goje Martin. The incoming president. Eja MDP jeni ki zeje enya da ho. Nenu apa wo behwe Islegon MD Gan Hotel. Esenchani si ye na anti se papa no nimra so ampa. Police station executive na bi shia Greater Accra e boni papa so wu nse na papa na nka se mi hodi ne ye emba ni panifu bi a o mu ni echi ba na anya san keto akra na ni di enko a yufu no adjust me say you are an condition Martin o no kwani mpa obitima ba na obi di nyuma o mo nya bi e san se o sei oba be transform economy no na wodi infidi nyuma ama economy no ayi se de be ya ga na mebu ebunya nyuma ba we are nanado abua ma education abai there let us say yaka aye nyuma sen union you know na no since the day na o ye me ba ti o ma mi gina so ama me credit sign no go ni ni na wo si abro mi fia mi fa so mi tell say mi fia na ye bo no ye di bi fia o mo ka no bugu ho no so ati ase campaign pim na en so bugu ho no ye di bi fia na because of me so you know enkrofo ni me bu ye no so no first can be ye di bi se nyum e ma ne enkrofo ni ma na edina na so ye di bi ye free education and ne enkra no go any school so ati afie enkra ni bibi any school mo tam ne ntisa ye ti o mo atu force ye ka so nkoto ambulance mra no okoye no okoto ifuru de ye ni futum e no de ba tonjirwa e no de ba na na akoto ambulance papa ne ambulance no bi otim kwa e de o da hospital tete so ati afie sa ni no wi na ye first can be and ye for 2014 ni kai pa let me show you one na 571 do man ye ka so nkoto yi pom pam do man okoto force e ba ina nkufo ji ngugbu e bi ma so ye na o me gina so ya bo be ye mu bi dis kan ye ya na o mo ra na ye mese minority o mo contract ko ye vet ko ji allowance ni di wi ye do and then ye ba ayina agruba no so a o mo twehwo mo nanzo so sika sama de samla no kwaji kan sika no mo kwaji na nyi Ghana sika no dia so mo so man ma ye di na se o mo mpre ema na na do family business for madia o mo ko chance kwaji allowance ni ye dey
okay na Sankara ye chi adentafo nyina nyame hira okay mayemra Worcester na yemfa titi ye wi na yakwakofa kwajopoku from Miami Chrome for Sachil Chrome na afi yasan ababe fa unuanya no wo Worcester na yasa ko Ghana biem titi apom ti sen
opo nyame adom ho ye
said o sikasa na di say na odi fufuo because na otwi ni mu da ho
yeah opo I my greetings to you guys.
Yes sir.
The guy who just talked before me, all those things that he mentioned, Opo,
you allow him to say all those things, and you cannot even verify all that he's saying is true or not. Do not, if it is Titi, he will just block me and say, "Oh, you don't have any knowledge about what you are
Titi,
saying."
what did he say? Tell me.
Huh?
What I don't appreciate at him, did any personality attacks? And I am
No, you always, when I say something, you say, you don't have any knowledge about it, so I should not mention it. Look at what he mentioned. But it's okay.
What did he say? No, I want to.
Let me just. Huh?
I didn't okay.
You listen to. I can't repeat what he said, but it's okay. Let me just say what I want to say. Opo, you are the journalist, and you are the one who monitored the show. There are some questions that you put that I don't think you are helping even the country. Now,
there are some questions I posed. I posed that. No. Mantia Samna Okani. Mantini. Maybe so.
I'm saying, you are the journalist and you are the one monitoring the show. You are the host. So there are some questions you put that I don't think you help us as even the country Ghana and you're listening.
I want to learn.
Because if you are saying a government is in power in what they are doing is not right, the journalists on the show, you are saying, oh, the past government do the same thing. You are not happy. How do we correct ourselves?
No, Titi. See, sometimes
you don't have the situation. It is not right.
Titi.
So you are the one who should help. And you are saying, you the two governments are the same. That kind of thing, it will never help, and you guys need to change. And generally, you need not to be saying what you are saying. If the government was not doing things right, they were voted out. If the one that is in power right now is doing what is not right, you are supposed to. You are the one to be. You are the one to help, so we can fight that.
Titi, what specific issue are you referring to? Because I want to understand.
You said they are the same. The first government is the same. What they are doing is the same thing.
Oh no, Titi, uti adia 10 years, because we were talking about Supreme Court judges are more minority objective, and Wilson make a point na make us say MPP kasafa Charlotte say ho na Jen Mensa NDC nso kasafa no ho nti parties ni mienu nyina we should do what Wilson told us because we ba no abeka se ache that was the point I was referring to.
What is pending now is what we need to fight for, because the past whatever they have done, they have voted them out.
Okay, Titi, you go ahead and finish your point so that others can get opportunity. Hey, Titi, ubane suno.
Oh, me.
Titi, akola bis because of ba. Okay, you go finish your point and na me fa kwajupoku na unu anya unu. Paul so chiao, o say amane ntonka.
Oh, Paul, we tell Paul that the way they are behaving here, if they continue like that, they need to do things right. The NDC people who are here, especially the leadership, they are not doing well. Well, let me tell you, this is on the platform of NDC. When you say something that is not right, they'll just delete your name off it. Is that the kind of thing they are supposed to do?
Titi, higher off air, but those are issues. Why?
Yeah, he said he's beating me. He cannot have issue with me. Come to the radio station and be beating me.
Okay, Titi. Yeah, that's it. Oh, Titi. Paul Seminchao Kakrebi and no so that Paul Mama can address Titi, but my main for callers and said the almost credit inside. Kojo Poku from Sochikum, Kojo Poku Mahala, Kalusha's favorite caller. Kalusha has a favorite caller, and Kojo Poku on my Kron Ghana. On my Kron Ghana, my until hey, Bruno say about Ghana, to me can't just say Jina for such a Chrome Junction, her channel. Yanko.
Obo yabenda maseni mwaduma pa moya bo my Kron Ghana. Obo never parking Kalusha, I was me done as a pane about the body. Odi Eddie Kaziama Unity with Obo. Honorable Bruno Opo and Tasonko and Commandana, Honorable Posopo, Nankopo Insiano, and then Juma Mobile and Opo, and media, so many Paluti, Mr. Danya Dadi, 8 year, the Obia Canon. Now, Opo, Mamin calling Tomo be rebel. Yaba Papo. I say, Yabobuta 801 180 and then million minutes can come into Minka. Opo Omo Bosa 51 1,000 $7. Etia Bobusa be. Obo so no gata kaya. Any of that channel boy, Opo maybe better be say. I do want to buy and say Omo be do so boy. Some do so buy no. Me say asafo. Obo so do one ma abaka san po anu no aduru. Since I hear you abonti aka zoom lion for ba better sa ko to Obo na nya esawoni en so ka kire. Oti so much you akwa do say we na Obo ya da bi so health insurance for the hospital Obo enya aduma. Enya ma be play one ma Obo NDC ba mu ba be good Obo say e papa janda man is here man 4 years Obo me be say ya mo anga some president Joe Biden so wa hwani oni 4 years no ya bu say uzo betumi da ya Ghana here na enti say papa do na do dan kwa kufu do akwa de bu say Obo say CSS akwa de am so betra fio say CSS akwa kwa na ekọ Obo health insurance ya na ya aduma Obo feeding program ya na ya aduma Obo ya ganza teachers allowances ya na ya go Obo say Ghana no e wo say Ghana ya de na so ye woni ma bi as say aban ye no kwa aban di Ghana first Obo eno no di e first ba di bia ntoko bia so otuama obi ani je ewie ni prayer Obo onu de ogufu awo ye na mom no kaya ye o e bebo na na do dan kwa agufu ado amamom no Obo eno na ha Ghana kaya ye o ba NDC president Obo emzan kabade sa kojo boku nyina hanuma ko kase enti ebe say papa po NDC omamom woni de Obo omu ye felua omu chance na papa na ado dan kwa agufu ado bia o person de Ghana kokodu no omu to omu boaze na papa ni tiri kwa Ghana nkonkodu na ye papa ala nkoje temate ba Obo watini ba be tozo ma Ghana ye tini akwa to mapa na NDC there omu ya out of coverage area Obo mu ni nyamenya aduma
NDC out of coverage area kwajopoku ya dase mame mfa unuanya no from Worcester unuanya apom design unuanya no apom design unuanya no apom etisen
Opo ada mame profile no
Raman yanko
yo de dika Opo na
my bad. Call singing now drop. I think the phone yeah, you best nanka me for about 3 calls and also nanka ye Raman will line drop about to asma na enye. Unuanya no and our friends ujina so sa. Ye fra unyi so. Yanko Raman.
So Opo na sina de mame cha na me bo about na me tia me brothers me no amoti wa na me tia manucho na solution. Maybe Omobia make sure the incoming president. Yaba John Domani Mama, maybe Obia me channel, Nankupa singing Kano. Now, my chia, million more US, 9 more, Mutia, you need to do na. Opo, Yaba John Domani Mama, Busia now the boy and one from Bamba reaching Tingao. Opo Busia 450 billion Ghana city. Opo Puna half on my 14 nursing training, on my 14-year block. On my HQ compound, and on my Princess Polyclinic, and on my this hospital was Soko, and on my water project, I was at University, I have a John the Mama, Estima University, and not turning my Uncle Country Region, one my Bequai, on my Seria, on my Afari, on my Kepa. Ukwa aka modern aya market na mu jeto mu the whole West Africa unhudi kede cha market ya papa John Domani Mama otan international airport wa aya kumasi kanibina plane minsia na do ya papa John Domani Mama say amfata santimai nka santimai je eso munya dia efato mu oti oye na oye ye na plane minsia anajo otan ye atonsu market otan ya atonsu town road aya atawasi market atawasi town road Nana but na chebi 12 good years obey MP 12 good years what man to abula kura mama che before ya pa John Domani Mama chebi water project ya pa John Domani Mama more water project ya pa John Domani Mama uko wa hospital ya pa John Domani Mama wa ula ya pa John Domani Mama wa airport ya pa John Domani Mama wa town road ya pa John Domani Mama apa west uko Bolgatanga hospital ya pa John Domani Mama Bolgatanga water project ya pa John Domani Mama Bolga to Kamare road ya pa John Domani Mama
Kamane hospital for John Domani Mama. Kamane airport for John Domani Mama. Kamane to what? A road for John Domani Mama. Upon Quara.
I never bury.
Aha, Opo, Intimicata me Bupa, Mebupa, Buba, Madiati. They were part on the money, Mama, Sikaka Kradio, 4 years, Shamputuma, Opetu Ghana. Aba Bia the Fabia, Juma, your pen and not Grandpa Kufado, ever poor Busa, and what 380 billion Ghana city. Meaning, out to Ubusana, what is education? Ubusan, what is education? Oh, and that's education, Ubaka education. One Baka Kurano, Uba Baka 7,000 Ghana city. One Baka 7,000 Ghana city. I don't see it Kobasa. In 20 before, Minister Ghana funds. Mugo part the Brigo incoming 2024. You have a John the money, Mama. One of the magic Ghana for Aqua Bachas, so poor Yankupon County, Cheminal Tuano, Amungu Bogum Benisa, Medase.
Amunga Bogum Benisa, I said, as young for last call and Afi, Yan Salmon Apple Studio, Yanko Fanisno, Union no Cradini, Uncle Lai Drews, you are now Catty, and you know a good Unity Radio 1039. Abusia said, Edi Kayano. Ma yɛn fan to etie fo anim yenu abema Emmanuel Wilson ehia amoa de ofu du apa na o si piano ma me ezimenya unu anya abom design
kantanka ni o
so aja kantanka abom design o number no ni unu anya number sepa mechia Bruno mechia Paul so ya jesu
ma ba na bo na mlim se bia o zu be fezi ayi Bruno Pepe Bruno is in it. One mama didn't grandma mule. Mama didn't grandma. One Bruno the water from Ghana be Hunapa. Bruno me boa basso. Now, Obo, the first Unia Meko Ghana at the first, M7 got us a mammy stream. Mammy stream until Meko. 31st ya ana mako ye eyi no
Bako Ghana
Unity Radio there the we batian ba mis beno bakata 31st mako Ghana na meko Ghana ni ache bia radio we there say me mo a entino obati me nka o
na ye no fine Ghana he fine na mo ye yi no
omo ye na kwantisa admikro achimo adwuna se
oh, okay. Okay.
And on the April 21st, 22nd.
Oh, okay. And the time that's one.
Baby, I'm Benjamin Piano over to Minkawa.
Matia Jasaf, Kantanka Bemaba. A brand new so and Yankopon found Kono Sound for Midrasum Jimmy.
Medasi be
Bruno Suso Chaupa
Mate.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Into me for free baby. Call us and I'm fanche. Yen call studio na yen samo up na you know Bema Wilson project I seen and so say okun ketase she any prayer na you educated the youth of Ghana said there by on be home said there yima osi say butai ne say
we the mestre say Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana nyame aduma next month ye national forum e wo KNUST. Your main target the youth both the national and then the chapter campus chapter working in UST and a boom na but participation is for everyone. Both time say you be bring it together the youth. Now we discuss the effects of public sector corruption. How are you fighting where it is now? And how are you united to fighting? Because as I keep saying, see, to me, the right orientation now. Gradually, Omo be take over. Gradually, Omo be take over the leadership. Omo take over the leadership now. Then the mindset will start changing. The right structures will start building it. We have a budget of $3,000, equivalent to $3,000. That's the budget we have. I say you raise it. Into your best threat, Obi Bia Otie your voice. Our Worcester, America, anywhere. Across the globe, uti your voice no. Your best rest, yenina will put in the little resources. Now you bet me I meet this target. The NDC and PP brothers or Hamia sure say they will all commit to it. So that together no, you better build a nation that we want, not a nation say if we don't even benefit from it, for the sake of our children,
generations to come.
Generations to come. Intimesre say since the first day I'm buying, you started say you make this public support and a public appeal. Me sure say all the numbers in better ja.
And what can say the war for to ja because it seems all time it will be better. I say be to me directly on Momo. And he said the bear will be work a crabby or moi. Obe to me their farm money. So but so Worcester maybe I could cash now. Person the campaign against corruption. Crusaders against corruption. What the Maya and Sabeka. My number DM say general public 774-386-6871 774-386-6871 774-386-68. I don't know how many. When I'm saying babies out the Indian Crusaders and now more number of Ghana. Mr. Say I know it's easy for people to donate. I can say remittances now, money transfer apps no so near the easily. It's my Ghana
the Ghana number.
Dial it now. Be send out there, and I'll be in the cash right here.
I'll be in the cash right here.
On your touch, Obama check. Yeah, ne check mood. Oh, good. No, on the diary no.
Me am who diary there. You melt
it. Uniform no can chire.
You melt it diary to me. To me
can chire.
Parliament, I mean, Parliament of Ghana diary where you melt here. It to me eradicate 1 tree under school under tree. Our Ghana. It's Mesre your Ghana number. I warrior office.
Ajana na dia women say utie mu nyina mo bisanti.
That's right.
Won't your number na mo Crusaders against corruption.
That's right.
Ono number 1 campaigner.
Great.
MPP ni ba MPP ba ya enko ye no. Obo mo chi papa. Sabi ni ehwehwe. Na ne program ya record wato ho.
Good.
Na se power biem pa. Say inge say abato.
Crusaders against corruption. Your Ghana number no. +233. Ghana code. Number ni 240-710-856. 240-710-856. 240-710-856. 240-710-856.
Oh, 5.
Yes. 240-710-856. Internally a direct number, Ghana office line 240-710-856. Anytime bia o send an alfra, knowing say it is coming from and through this platform.
It send it across send there. It didn't
we'll make it known and then you be afro adomasi. Insist they can internally. Internally.
Who sounds so true.
Internally, so no, say they work on number no honmo.
Yeah.
Inti obi bia pese odema. If through you, through this number, yes, Abeka will acknowledge it. Nanyami adoma. April next month. Yes, yeah, program then so. Me ojidie pa say unity
program here next month April. Yeah. Tiesremu nana dia wo ne memma ne ade aja brefa buzia party ni nyama na we mu nyina momwa na yentumi nkoketa ase ntu ase. At least let's train the young and upcoming youth so that old ones no face out no. Now younger generation they take over no more to me as the fortunes and the destiny of our motherland, Ghana. Yeah, that's it. Penny Wilson. So hanti be a Monday. Also be New York.
New
but
York Monday.
Be a brebem now no pano be to me a flash no be through more lighter. So that
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Abasu bo. I want to say abasu. I can say Bosuo ba ne ma japai. Boso pam no. Na
bi o kwa no Monday meba answer I'm promising.
Okay, thank you. Paul. Any Bruno. Mama me final comment na efe yankwan.
Na Bruno be that say na ene me da twudwa mponya me ase se wa ma me akwan ama ma be ti Bruno to. Mfuto otugu nkofo ni nyina.
Wa be me to den.
Ma be ti ne to. Anya se na mo ka no. I've come to expose him. How do you say it?
Ma be ti ne to.
Ma be ti ne to.
Anya ma be ti ne to.
Ma be ti ne to whatever I get. I mean, Bruno, we wait to me can igbe kwan ba.
It's all right. You know, I love my people from Volta so.
Ma be ti ne to. in football you to go nkofo ni so no and then one say oh so intelligent Bruno I love him he's so intelligent say ohun say baby a ontumi no not all the afefa fa ho and all those things on ending on the show no can say car power ya talk car power na car power na kasa no car power na generate power with the power stable today if he doesn't know car power no
yeah start another show
car power $500 million no almost say this guy wia no mo ba no they inflated the figure to 1.2 billion na come the 800 million Ghana cedi akufado na bedi etu na come di ego mu kutoko na echi omo so ni ma me catch no. On this note, no, I can say on confident and authority, say Bruno is suffering, Oppo is suffering, King Kalusha is suffering, Danado is suffering, Baumia is suffering, everybody is suffering. Thank you.
Oh, you are not suffering. Yeah. Franco,
yes, and again, no. I make us say, was your bumpire, and these are the people we hope say do because it's all about institutions. Trust me, I wish MPP could have done more. But institutions need a pendiment already. Yeah, it means any young or more champion for Sania man. Yeah. And the Sasania man in our and under no circumstances and could be to me share her hands a doomsong for Juma. And under no circumstances we could talk our power machine. And you know, sir, constitution those mistakes are John Dramani Mahama.
I'm seriously, I'm internal somebody Saturday program.
So, I also do who this as Gracia and ya found the bra. As simple as that. Onipa de ope say quattro kwaso be mo bibia tie ni din. Oju who this as Gracia.
Also start the program.
Officer as Gracia nya the papa. Found the
Bulogas are finished.
He's the only person that offer about more chocolate if your team cry and some fan can ho. Na se quattro kwaso be mount ma.
Okay.
Mun tie ni din. Ghana for Edamase.
Okay, we are for that's like I say, Madan Auto Repairs are not Chikrum Restaurant as a masquerading. I'm Dr. Kwabi Scientific Gold Coast Catering Services, Kumasi Market, Sanso and ADB Kwama Faith Marketplace, Dream Africa Market, and Omomota China. Kaise, Yacha Oba Selina, Oba Sali Humcho, special good afternoon to you. Oti Emmanuel Wilson, anti-crusader campaigner, and of course he's also a consultant and a lawyer by profession. Free Ghana Besrain Oti Franco Bruno, communications director MPP Enka, and our team Paul Disoso, general Kambeka general secretary, Paul Disoso secretary NDC Massachusetts, and so Enka Ken Kalusha and the executive producer for the show. Of course, during the sporting segment, Oti Ken Kalusha and so Enka meeting Edin Noah Opoku Jemfi ubetumi afremi Opo National Major so nyame adma yesan mo be share Monday until then day yedemu ko peace 1043 na the news no atom so after which and next Friday special be bom nyum yakramo
authority for the krata bi abontia wo ba mansa